Okay.
Let's see who's waiting. I gotta see who's even on. Oh, there we go. To pop out the chat. There we go.
Who else is on here?
Like in the chat right now or in Hangouts?
Oh, never mind. I got the damn YouTube. Not muted.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait a minute, somebody else is on here.
Let's see. We got Tommy already here, Harold already here. I forget who isn't who's a lonely Pop Tart again? Do you remember?
That's Kyle's kid.
That's right. I knew it was someone's kid.
That's Kyle's. Yeah, Kyle, the kid's on. Where the hell are you?
X-Wing Nut, Steven,
Hi,
Ventham.
everybody. No,
think...
it is not cold. I just have to quick run home and grab my phone because I forgot my phone. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Don't time me though.
Oh, don't do that.
But I did start the timestamp, so we're good to go.
Plus, we gotta wait for Kyle and Uncle
just
Mark
for you, Montana. Yeah. So I'll be right back.
I'm all alone, just with the chat here with me. All right. Chat, did everybody enjoy Luke's episode for his painting? Is he still on the Chemogilla? Forget the chat's like 30 seconds behind me. Ooh, a Red Baron TIE Fighter. That's cool. Oh, that's right. No, he did finish Chemogilla. I remember him posting the final pictures. Duh. I didn't know we'd move on to. I want to know what everyone's drinking tonight. I currently have a Magic Hat number 9. It's become a solid favorite of mine now since I first tried it a few weeks ago. Mark Ventham, I have some sad news for you. I also think the ARC 170 is very pretty. When episode 3 came out, it was my favorite Lego. I want to know who here collected Star Wars Legos. These people not liking my opinions. Hey, but I will say I am much more likely to fly the Separatists than the Republic. I'm a bigger fan of the droid Tri-Fighter, which is not out yet. I'm desperately waiting for that. Yeah. So while I'm typing things, because I'm responding to people messaging me in other apps, please let me know if you can hear my typing too much or if it's annoying. Drinking water because it's 12:30 and about. Hey, if it's 12:30, it's beer 30. Go get a beer. Yes, Australia got a system open. That is a huge celebration. Good job, guys. You did it. Yeah, right. I had no say in the title of the episode. It's like we're back, and Coach left, and Kyle's not here yet, and Uncle Mark's not here yet. This feels a lot like last week, but I'm not allowed to invite you people on. Because then we have to find a way to get rid of you. I don't want to give away what we're going to talk about, but I feel like I should fill air by asking your guys' opinions on stuff, but there's no one to actually respond, so this audio is like terrible. That's potentially right, Connolly. It's easier to ask for forgiveness. Oh, man. That's tempting. Yeah, I'll ask for forgiveness later when it's a problem. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong thing. There we go. I think that should work. Oh, hey, I have a person. Hey, Uncle Mark.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm here.
Coach
So
had
are
to go.
you.
Coach had to go get his phone, and he
Of
has
course.
to call his cousin to wish him a happy birthday. So it's just me for a bit, and then this guy said he'd be okay coming in for a second to have conversation, and then be kicked off.
Hey, take a look at this. Is this
What?
over the top?
Get Uncle Mark. All right.
I'm going with the no soliciting
And no,
plan tonight.
they won't hear it.
On Topsky, since you got Mark, do you need me to go?
No, you can stay for a sec.
Okay.
Just
Was just trying to give you someone to talk to because I understand what it's like when you're just the only voice. That's not good.
Yeah. That was a good show, by the way. Yesterday. Yeah, it was
Oh,
enjoyable.
That's all I'm hoping for is it is the conversation worth listening to. That's the only goal. And I always wonder. I never know.
Gordon, I'll listen to it tomorrow on my way cross country as usual. I didn't realize you had it out until late this afternoon, or I'd have downloaded it earlier.
Yeah. Do you check via podcast or do you rely on posts on Facebook?
I just when I think about it, I don't actually look for the post. I kind of wait to see you say something.
Okay, that's interesting because someone else said the same thing, and I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know there's an episode out?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess we need to go announce it on Facebook," not realizing just how many people kind of count on that. I'm like, "All right,
A lot of people do.
It's
I
our
have no idea.
crutch. It's our
Right.
crutch.
it's fine." I guess never bothered to think about it.
Cat, this is not the time to mess with my new mic.
All right, well, Uncle Mark, you got to let me know what you think if it's interesting
will.
conversation to follow or not. I always appreciate you chiming in.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
I can add into your Steelers talk because I can talk football.
You really think that's what people want to listen to right now?
I mean,
No.
they don't have a choice.
Ask for forgiveness. Got it. All right. Well, what's your take?
So I want to tell you, let me tell you how far out of it I am since I'm not playing fantasy football anymore. And I'm watching the Chiefs the other day and I'm going, where's Kareem Hunt? Where's Kareem Hunt? And all of a sudden I see a video. I'm going, that's why there's no Kareem Hunt. Okay. I understand now.
He was on 3 of my teams, like teams that are good teams, and now I'm dead. there goes it. And these are like money leagues, and I was like, oh yeah, look at me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm done for.
Hey, at least you weren't someone who drafted Le'Veon Bell.
Yes, I was.
How many leagues are you in? Jesus.
I was, as far as serious pay leagues, I'm in 4, and then I ended up in 7 more from friends and coworkers and stuff, just roping me into all kinds of leagues. But one of them, the last one, probably most expensive one, is by Jones, Mike Jones, right out of Columbus. He was looking for one last person to get in. And Le'Veon Bell was my draft pick, and guess who didn't have like James Conner for all of the season to go with that?
Yep, I'm familiar.
So I barely made it in as like one of the last spots into the playoffs in that league, but the team sucks, and I expect to be done this weekend.
Yeah. Not only was I a person who picked Le'Veon Bell, but my second pick was Dalvin Cook, and my tight end was Delaney Walker.
Yeah, so you suck. yeah.
I was 0-7 to start the year.
Yes,
but I will say the average points put up against me were 150, and I was still putting up solid points with that team that dealt with that too. So everything was stacked against me.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I don't miss it, but I was the guy that would go to the junk bin the first week and start cutting half my team and going and picking through just stats that I'd see. One year I had Arian Foster, McCutcheon, and Jamal Charles, all 3 at the same time. And this is like 5 years ago or 6 years ago now, but like the very first week, Arian Foster had 40 points. Jamar Charles had 30 some. I put like 165 points up, and everybody's going, "How the hell did you know? Where you want to trade me him?" No. And I got Arian Foster as the 100th pick, and they're going, "How did you know he was so good?" I said, "Because I watched the Texans, and the last 2 games last year, he had 240 yards rushing in 2 games, so I kind of thought maybe he'd be good."
Yeah, it's not rocket science.
I finished second that year.
You know what is rocket science? Whatever that league that Farmer and D are in, apparently.
That has got to be the dumbest league. At one point, I was looking to get them into a fantasy football league. I think last year. In fact, I wanted some real stakes. I wanted like last place to have a tattoo done of like one of the podcasts, like maybe the Winning Podcast or something.
Ooh.
And then D started getting into what he thought of fantasy football. Like he can't stand the notion of PPR. And that's when I went, if we can't even come to common grounds on that, then we're done. He's looking to recreate the experience of what it's like to be a general manager. I appreciate that. Whereas I come at it from what kind of system and competition can we have that's going to keep everyone engaged and interested throughout the entire season. Because if you've ever been in a fantasy football league, you've got your teams that are doing well, and there's nothing worse than then the guys on the bottom of the league or ladies at the bottom of the league, and they check out and they're done and they're just a doormat and it's an easy win for someone. And then it's just not really so I'm always obsessed with what can we do to keep everyone engaged. And I thought, well, maybe if something's at stake. But because he's so obsessed with realism, he's like, do you get any points for catching a pass in the NFL? Then you shouldn't. And I'm like, you're just kind of missing the point. You want an equal distribution of viable players to put into the roster. You have to have it be PPR. We're not looking for actual recreation of being an NFL owner. So go with God, Dion, whatever. Bye.
So who did he draft as his long snapper?
Exactly, right?
I think they have defensive players though.
There's nothing wrong with that. IDP is fantastic. That's fine.
Yeah, but I have done it once, but man, that was a year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm in a dynasty league and we have to manage our contracts and stuff like that. And it's interesting because it means you just don't run to the waiver wire to replace players as you used to. It's like you're on the hook for people. So you're very careful about when you pick somebody up. And it's an interesting sort of dynamic. But yeah, they get into the minutia of just all kinds of God knows what. And it's just, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough hours in the day right now. I don't want to sit reading everybody's stat lines and whatnot. I just want a chance to see some potential that somebody's missed. Like I think it was 3 years ago, The Dallas running back when he was a rookie. I drafted him first round overall, and everybody was just like shaking their head. My quarterback goes down the third week, and I got Dax, his quarterback, out of the junk bin, and I ended up second that year. You know,
Nice.
but see, I'm the screwball at the draft because about round 5, I'll pick my defense, and round 6, I'll pick my kicker.
Yeah.
And you just watch the flood of everybody going, "Oh shit, they're going after defenses now. We got to get ours down." Blah 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 blah. Well, the reason I quit playing is because Witten retired, because I always carry 3 tight ends and I always play 2, and Witten is always on my team.
And well, that's the whole point of fantasy, is to be able to make football interesting and cheer for who you want to cheer for. And if that was your thing, that's your thing. So yeah.
And I don't have a football team. I was a St. Louis Cardinal football fan, and they moved away.
Right.
And I was like lost. So I kind of became a Bears fan in the middle 80s, and then they kind of disappeared. And then I just started becoming a fan of certain players. So like the quarterback for the Rams who went to the Cardinals, Kurt Warner. I liked Kurt Warner, and so I followed whatever team he was on. I followed, and I liked. Oh, come on, Mark. Sometimers is a horrible. Peyton Manning. He was with the Colts, so I followed the Colts. And when he went to the Broncos, I followed the Broncos.
No one in the NFL makes you want to follow him right now.
I'm watching the Bears because they're kind of making it fun and interesting, and I get to see them regularly.
Coach is back.
Hey, I don't think you need me anymore, do you? Let me say hey to Coach, and then I can.
Yeah. But no, I'm from Detroit, kind of a Lions fan ish. Maybe don't care. And you know what? To be honest, I haven't watched football on a Sunday in like 2.5 years, and man, I feel emotionally better every Sunday.
But I love their uniforms.
They're solid, yeah.
I've always loved the Detroit uniform color scheme. I've always kind of liked. See, Gordon, when I was growing up, the 2 teams that dominated everything were the Steelers and the Cowboys.
God, I hate the Cowboys.
And I hate both of those teams.
I don't blame you for hating both, right? Because I'm a Steelers fan. But good Lord, do I hate the Cowboys?
So, in the middle 70s, being a St. Louis Football Cardinals fan, and knowing that you're never going to win anything, my best friend was going to Oral Roberts University, and the Cardinals beat Dallas in Dallas. Johnny Rowland returned a punt for a touchdown late in the game, and I called him at Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I said, "Doug, did you watch the game?" He said, "Yes, but I'm the only Cardinal fan here. Everybody else are Dallas fans, so I had to go to my room to yell and scream and cheer." He's ranting around doing something. Gee.
I'm back.
Hi, Aaron. We were doing like what Stay on Target does at the end of their podcast. Talk about football.
Oh. Yeah, Gordon, you think you fucking got it bad, man? Come on.
What do you mean?
Hey,
How do I think I got it bad?
We fired our coach before the season's even over.
We have it bad because we were given false hope. That's worse than having no hope at all.
It's not over yet. You're fine.
You and your half glass full bullshit. No.
I warned you about the Chargers, and now you think it's the end of the world that they lost.
You didn't warn me. I just didn't care. Okay, maybe you warned me and I didn't care.
Gordon, did you hear my song to Coach about the Packers losing that one day?
I don't know.
I opened with it one day.
Did you? Did I miss this?
Yes. I may be. Wonders of wonders, miracles of miracles. I saw a touchdown. It happened right here. I'm so excited, but I'm just a bit confused. When did Green Bay start wearing blue?
Okay.
So dumb.
Watch the Packers just light it up this weekend now that
I know.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is going to
no.
go, watch this.
Yeah, so
Oh,
some
my
people
God.
were saying that Aaron Rodgers barely changed the play, it looked like, and made like no audibles the past game. So that might have been like send a message to like, all right, this is actually Mike McCarthy making calls right now. This is what it looks like.
oh, that's so sad. That would make me even feel worse though, because then it really is his fault, and we've kept him around for fucking ever.
Forever.
I don't think they should have handled it. I mean, why do you fire a coach mid-season? What is the reason for this?
I was not
As a
thrilled.
favor to help him get a head start sooner somewhere else? I'm not getting it.
Yeah,
I
wasn't-
mean, I could see it go either way. I mean, a lot of people think it's like disrespectful that you fired a Super Bowl winning coach in the middle of the year. Like you should
It
give him
is.
the chance to go to the end of the year.
From what, 20 years ago?
But
Come on, it's hard to do. Kiss Aaron Rodgers' ass? What? I mean, I'm just not getting it.
That's all you have to do is just kiss his ass. He'll win you football games. Just kiss his ass.
And I know this is the wrong season, but the Cardinals got Paul Goldschmidt today in a trade, and we're super excited.
Nope. I didn't even want to watch. I didn't even want to talk football. Now we're talking fucking baseball. No, no.
none. So
Gordon, are you joining us for the rest of the night?
No. What happened is this is the worst thing ever. Is there you are starting the podcast and there is no one to converse with, and there's the chat just flying across the YouTube chat, right? And you're like, and then basically Ryan has to go through what us podcasters go through, which is dance, monkey dance, entertainment. And I'm like, and so I just sent him a message real quick. Hey, do you just need me to hop on just real quick to have someone to talk to? And then Mark got in right before I did, and now you're here, and you don't need me, so you guys are good to go to have a show, correct?
do we know where Kyle is?
We're gonna start without him.
All right.
Okay, so let me hop out of
You're
here. Let me,
more than welcome to stay on, buddy.
I can. That's up to you.
If you've got nothing better to do,
I've got nothing to add or say other than snarky commentary, but sure.
somebody's got to turn off their YouTube though.
I will in just a second. Sorry.
Double checking. Yep, it's muted for me.
Make
Okay.
sure my power cord's plugged in. Check, we're fucking good, guys. We don't need this shit show going off right in the middle when I start.
Where are the others?
You're looking at them.
No Chico or Kyle?
Nope. Kyle, I don't know where Kyle is, and I will let you all know here briefly when we start what's going on with Chico. So, oh, drama. Oh, I love it.
Do I have to do something? Do I got to get like that software going again?
Nope.
Nope.
We strip it straight from YouTube. You're good to go, buddy.
Audio quality is good enough.
Okay.
Well, now that I have a fancy mic.
Yeah, I have a better mic I can use, but if I don't talk,
You sound all right.
yeah, if it sounds all right and I just keep it to a minimum, then it's fine.
Okay, I do have to text my cousin quick second. It's his birthday, so happy birthday, Andrew. I didn't
Everyone in the
forget.
chat. Everyone in the chat say happy birthday, Andrew.
I didn't forget. I just didn't get to you in
yeah.
time. Call you during commercial break. Boom. Vibrate, because it's the best setting on all phones. Man, I wonder if I still remember how to do this. It's been so long. I gotta stretch.
Yeah, 2 weeks, man.
I know. It's
I've been a month. I'm sorry.
it's fucking life is crazy right now. But everybody ready? Get my timestamps. Let's start on
Hola, ¿qué
even.
tal? Carmen, Hassan Barajal, Pro.
I don't even know what that was.
Huh?
Sí. Tomaré el gato.
Everybody ready? Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rock it from the Zealous Pilot to the 4BV. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio Podcast, broadcasting live from the OCX studios in beautiful downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron the Coach Kroll. Back with you again, people. Yes, I'm back. Yay, I've missed you all so much that you don't even know. Joining me tonight, 487 miles to my left, Mr. Uncle Mark Tippett.
Hey, no soliciting whatsoever tonight.
I don't believe you. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Also joining us tonight, OCX Ace of Legend, Ryan, a.k.a. on Topski.
We have the points. We have them. We can plan. Make plans.
Make plans, people. And joining us randomly from all the way down south, everyone's favorite, Gordon the Worst. Hello, Gordon.
I was looking for the restroom. What's this?
Oh, man.
Second door to your left.
You definitely took the wrong turn.
Well, this place is as good as any to unzip, so excuse me, fellas.
Jeez.
Whoa there.
Table reading.
Well, just stay on target, okay?
Oh, but
Ooh.
very well done, Mark. Very well done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's I just can't tell you how happy I am to be back. I have missed you all so damn much. Life sucks pretty much outside of this podcast. Not gonna lie. It's so a little going on with me. We're gonna do a little news section because I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna get all this out in the air. I'm not gonna make you wait until the end of the episode when all the good stuff is. We're gonna go through some stuff that's happened the last 2 weeks. One, the store is renovating. I have a burger joint moving into the front, so my 3,000 square feet turned into one. So that's why I've been away lately. I have been pretty much sleeping 4 hours a night, renovating this entire place to get it open for hopefully tomorrow. I still have to do some work tonight, but whatever. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Can I ask what kind of burger joint?
It's like a beer and burger dive joint. He's gonna do. It's like pick your patty and then pick your toppings. So he's gonna have different kinds of patties that he makes. He's got one where he puts bacon bits in the middle, like original bacon bits, and then grills the patty up like that. It's going to be gourmet grilled cheese. It's going to be double deckers. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. And then you pick your toppings. You can have onions, tomatoes, lettuce, all kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure how it's all going to go together, but he's pretty excited. I get another renter. Yay for me. So yeah, everything should be working out pretty well. I'm excited about it. I'm not excited about rebuilding my store for the third time, but man, I'm getting really good at it. So, that's going on with me. I don't know what's going on with Kyle. He's not here tonight, just because it's Kyle and we never know when he's going to be here. As for Chico, what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bad news out of the way, and then we're going to follow it up with some good news. So, bad news is, Chico has announced to us co-hosts that he is going to be stepping away indefinitely. Life is getting a little crazy for him. Just way too much going on, and being on a Wednesday podcast, staying up. He's East Coast, so that's 12:30 for him when we usually get done. He says just stuff is piling up, and he's kind of prioritizing his life right now, when we're all like, get your life in order, man. That's life is number one. Kids, wife, job, that comes way before this podcast. So Chico is going to be not going to be on for a while. I hope maybe once he gets all this stuff figured out, he's going to come back. When you're a co-host on OCX, you're a co-host for life. See, this isn't like, just a part-time gig. He will always be here. He will always be welcome. The chair will always be open for him to come back on. So that's going on with Chico. He's going to be, I don't know if he's going to be in and out whenever he wants, but as of right now, he is kind of taking a break from OCX Radio Live. He's still going to be active everywhere else on the Facebook page and the chats and stuff like that. But so just go and message Chico, say thanks for all your craziness. Thank you for putting up with me.
show him some appreciation, because we all do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it's not just cryodex; it's everything else you don't see.
Yeah, putting up with me for almost a year and a half, reining me in. It's that's a full-time job in itself. So,
congratulations on your promotion, Ryan.
And on to the good news. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the newest full-fledged member of the co-host OCX Radio podcast, Mr. Ryan Staniszewski, a.k.a. Ontopsky.
Yay!
Oh, he used the full name. And he got it right.
I know. Well, you know, it's like, we got to make it official for the first one. You know, don't think I'll ever say that. But
Yes. If people live couldn't
God
tell,
knows we've been
There's a-
practicing that name for 3 weeks.
there's a fancy new mic in my view. Thank you very much, Montana.
there was a little bit of a cry out to make him a co-host, and we've already been talking about it for a long time. And in no way was the Chico Ontopsky thing coordinated, or I don't think it has any correlation. He was going to be on even with Chico on being on, but this is a huge addition to the show. I can't tell you how much. We actually have a bona fide, very good X-Wing player now on the show.
How the hell did he get on our show?
Again, he must have followed Gordon to the bathroom.
I don't know. We got to keep our standards low, dude.
Well, you know, he still has to put up with me, so I can. He's going to have to prove me wrong, which is near impossible.
No, chat. I didn't push Chico off a cliff. Shut up.
No.
It's only rumored.
Just a little further. Yeah. The resistance points is right. Whoop. But no, so congratulations on Topsky. I don't know if this is a congratulatory kind of a thing, but you are now a part of the show, and good luck. I hope
you're looking for parole in about a year.
Oh, is that what it is?
Could be.
I will not-
So much for community service.
I will not be part of stealing another traffic cone.
Hold on.
Do you have it still in there? For people who don't know or didn't listen to the show at the time, Gen Con was fun.
I mean, like this little guy right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that was an enjoyable evening.
Yep. So, no, I appreciate, one, all the people who have wanted me on here in the first place. I wasn't expecting that whenever I came on the show. I just wanted to, say some stuff about the game of X-Wing with these wonderful guys here and drink some beer. And I can do that now every Wednesday.
And you too can have an audition on town halls.
Yeah, that's exactly how I started. It was a week ago that I got on the Revenge of the Townies Town Hall.
It was. I remember.
Are you sure?
No, fuck no. I don't remember.
That's one of 3 that he does. So
Wait, let's test Coach. Do you remember who else was a guest on the show?
During that Townies episode?
Yep.
It was it was a bunch of the originals. So I think it was Patrick.
Yep.
Catch.
Mark Ventham.
Catch.
No, I don't think that was on. Catch
Ventham.
was.
Catch was definitely on there. And
2 more.
ooh, Tom Buise.
Nope.
Ooh.
Josh Kiefer. Yep.
Oh, Kiefer. How did
And
I forget Kiefer?
Our favorite 003.5.
Oh, Nick Bond. Oh, Nick, we miss you, buddy.
Yeah. We miss Nick Bond.
Dude,
He thinks work's important or something. I don't know. Jeez.
this new job is killing your social life, Nick. But anyway, one more thing. You are also up for the 200O bounty. So
Haven't been 200 yet.
I don't need to tell you to get good. But I'm just saying it's a thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware.
So, but anyway.
And if you do, it's really hard to get 200 right now. Really hard. You've got to work at it.
You should say that like one more time to Mark Ventham specifically. Because his co-host seems to have trouble with that.
Oh, ouch. Ouchie. Okay. Well, anyway, that's all the cobwebs, dust, moth, bunny things out of the way, out of the closet. Everything's good to go. So now we're going to go into, we got some news. We got some stuff to talk about. I I have not voiced my opinion on anything in 2 weeks, and I've just been bursting at the seams. So, what I think we're going to get right into is, as far as I know, everyone, it is still December 13th for release of Wave 2. I know there's been some speculation that shipping date's going to be wrong, or the boat's going to be late, or UK is getting theirs tomorrow or something like that. I have no idea about that. All I know is, as far as my distributor's concerned, it's still December 13th. So,
Can I ask a question about this?
Sure can.
Normally, this is Alliance we're talking as far as distribution, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, shouldn't you know well before this point, yes, it's coming, they told us they've got it, your stuff has been allocated? Why, where we're only a week out, is it hard to get actual clarification at the retail level whether or not you're getting product merely a week from now?
With Alliance, they usually don't call you and say, hey, we're boxing your stuff up right now, until they're literally going to send it out, which is kind of I hate that. But they used to, I used to know release dates 2 months ahead of time, and they usually hit them. Now it's getting weird, man. It's like 2 weeks before the actual release, and it's just not a good. I don't know if it's FFG, I don't know if it's Alliance, I don't know what's going on, but it's getting kind of ridiculous. They have told me that my shipment is coming in, but then again, they told me they don't have it. It seems like it's going down the chain. I'll know 2 weeks in advance. They know like 3 or 4 weeks in advance, and that's it. So all the windows are getting really, really tight lately, and it's not cool. But as far as I know, I don't know where these rumors are coming from about the delay. They may be coming from other stores. I know the East is having troubles because they're in a new building. But Midwest on, we've been pretty solid in getting our stuff. So I'm pretty comfortable the 13th it'll be here.
It seems like even though that we're pretty comfortable about that date, I think the potential concern is quantity, because my local place that I pick up my stuff from seem to not have as much as I would have expected as what they're likely going to get in their first shipment.
And I don't know if that's a limited, they do limit stuff. Like if you order this, you're like, well, we only have this, so you're going to get allocated. Allocated is getting more and more common every single week with the game industry. Game companies getting tighter. They don't want to just blow their wad on, 1 million units when crap, we got 500,000 sitting 2 weeks later. Whereas you go the exact opposite, and you got a game like Keyforge, where they only order 500,000 and they needed 1 million. At least with that product, it's been coming in pretty steady. I've only been out for like a couple of days, and then I get a restock. But with X-Wing, I'm wondering if I'll tell you the reason I went down on my ordering. I usually get about a case or a case and a half, and I went to just like 6 first order, 6 resistance, mainly because I blew my wad on Wave 2. I just went way overboard, and thinking everyone's going to buy every conversion kit. They all have the ships. They'll buy the conversion kit. Well, fact of reality is a lot of people in my area are going to 1 or 2 factions. One faction, they're going to do Empire, they're going to do First Order, and they're going to do Old Republic or the Separatists.
They're slackers.
Right. But again, look at it. It's a 7 faction. It's going to be a 7 faction game. Do you really need to have all of it? A lot of people say yes, but I think a lot of people out there, the people that aren't the competitive people, like us, so who was it? Who was it that said it was like 20% are the competitive of the total FFG buyers? 80% are people that play it on their kitchen tables. Can't remember.
Well, that has long been a position we've taken, simply because that is something we've actually heard from FFG over the years.
Okay, so you take that. I doubt the kitchen table people are buying everything.
Correct. I think a big selling point in second edition is being able to go single faction if you want to, or choose your faction, which may involve people playing more competitive because it's an easier barrier to entry. Maybe.
I
I do.
thoughts on this.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, I think I'll wait until we actually get into the discussion with the points and whatnot. Tyler brought up some good points on Scum and Villainy this week. Sarah Tesson was on, and it was nice to see her spreading her knowledge around a bit.
Yeah, way to go, Snapshot Sarah.
And,
It was a good show.
I've never been on Scum and Villainy.
Well, neither have I, but I'm not good. So, but
true.
Think,
Yeah, I don't know if you're. I don't know if you're waiting for. Were you waiting for us to refute the fact that you're not good? No, Mark, you're really good.
Have I ever asked you guys to watch my back? No, I'm pretty sure you're never there. You're out in the parking lot.
True.
But I know where you're at. So,
Random thought about maybe another. This only just popped in my head. What was the process like for you to kind of pack up all of your 1.0?
As in coach for the store, or as in like us as players?
Us as players.
Oh,
mine's all on the shelf in the basement.
I threw away all my cardboard, including the bases, except my world's bases, and I kept all the cards in a binder.
I kind of just grabbed some bins, like one for cardboard bases, one for dials, one for cards, one for chits. Right, got these 4 bins, and as I'm gathering all of my stuff and setting aside the ships, in other words, you're figuring out what do you keep and move on. That will move on with you to second edition, and what's all the other stuff that, unless you've made the decision, I'm chucking this, throwing away, or burning it, maybe for whatever reason, and you don't know why yet, you're just hanging on to it. And when you go through that process and you realize just how much stuff you have, maybe that is what's influencing you, whether you realize it or not, into, I'm not going to repeat that again the second go around. Let me stick to just a couple factions. Do you think that's a possibility?
I think that's a definite possibility. I got a big box, and I mean a big box, and just dumped it all in there. Cards, cardboard, dials, base plates, and I filled it about half up, and it was impressive. I'll say that. And I'm thinking about actually wrapping it up as a Christmas present and sending it to Zach Matthews.
Did you see? Who was it that was still trying to collect this because they're still playing 1.0? I didn't know if it was South Africa or Brazil or something. Where did that?
I thought it was Brazil.
That is a great idea. You should do a PSA for that. Like,
well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm thinking about packaging up some 2.0 and sending it their way. Just throw them a bone. But yeah, I've got a whole box of everything. I mean, it's all mismatched, but you know, that's the fun, organizing. I don't want to take that away from the Brazilians.
And it's in English.
Jeez.
Oh, but yeah, seeing how much stuff you had to get rid of all at once. Like, it wasn't like, oh, okay, it was just everything must go.
And I was there from day one on. So it's not that I've got multiple things. It's that, oh, I need an extra Y-wing. I'll just go get another one. Oh, I need an extra X-wing. I'll just go pick up another one. So I have fleets down in my crash boxes. I have fleets of. Somebody said, "What do you think about the mining TIE?" I said, "I'm thinking my Dremel and about 6 of my TIE fighters are going to get to know each other really well, and I'll have all the mining TIE fighters I need.
Dremel and yellow paint, you're good to go.
And a little black to dry brush on. There you go.
I have 3 decimators. Tell me what the fuck I'm going to do with 3 decimators.
So do I. I'm ashamed of that fact.
Cut one of them up and convert them into a different ship.
I've thought about that. I really have. The ideas of seeing those silencer with like the with the full on Reapers on the side or whatever. I'm going to try to do something like that. I
actually have 2 of them, but I've never played them.
You've never played them?
No.
Are they at least out of the box?
Actually, yes. I have touched them.
Joke's on you. You should have kept them in the box.
I guess. Now that you've taken them out of the box, they've lost their value. I understand. Tyler's got this way cool painted Lambda that he can't play with now that matches his way cool painted Whisper that he can't play with now.
Can you clarify that?
Yeah, why can't he play with them?
Hyperspace.
Because you can't play. They aren't legal in hyperspace.
Yeah, and we'll get into that. Like probably now. I don't know.
Hyperspace now, or want to do the points now?
Let's do points. Let's rip through the point. I mean, we're not going to read off every single point. Just we're gonna, and this is crazy because this is how much power Ontopsky thinks he has on the show. Now that he's been labeled an actual co-host, he's already coming up with his own segments, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel
he's
like
coming up with his own segments,
and you liked it,
and I liked it, so we're gonna do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up is the champ and chump. So each person picks their champ of the points given out and their chump. So find something that you think turned out really well after the points were given out and something really bad.
God, you're going to make me load those freaking documents.
We can go to you later if you want.
I don't even. I'm not here. I'm here.
Actually pulling them up right now and putting them into a folder so I can randomly.
All right. So I'll start unless Coach wants to start.
Nope. Go ahead, buddy. It's your segment.
All right. So I'm going to start.
Go ahead, kid. It's all yours. Yes.
Let's blow this thing and get out of here.
I finally got a Star Wars reference in that made sense.
So I might be taking an easy one from other people right now, but we're starting with the first order. And
that was mine.
My champ of the first order is Null, because Null can be I7 or when he gets damaged, I0, and has a talent slot for squad leader. So coordinated I7 or coordinated 0, the best two spots to coordinate in the game. And he's only 31 points. Add a 4-point tax for the squad leader.
Okay,
Not bad.
I have one.
Go ahead, Gordon.
Chump, Kylo Ren.
Ooh, explain.
Too expensive.
Agreed.
Too expensive.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's right on point because he's bringing the Kylo crap to 2.0.
Again,
Kylo crap.
I know, right? But the thing is, everything is lesser than, right? You can't go back to what it was like in first edition because that was broken and too much.
Read his card; it's still broken and too much.
But part of the thing of Kylo is if he's going to be half your list, he's got to be able to live, and just stuff doesn't live and stick around in this version of the game like it used to. It's really got to come down to how you fly that. So there's no more auto thrusters and things of that nature. I think he's awfully pricey for something representing half your list that won't even be as good as the first edition. Is my only point.
And he's only an I5, right?
Yes, so he's part of that big bid war.
Yeah.
So now you got even less to put in there.
Yep, you're bidding for that baby.
Some people didn't bid as much in the first edition, even when Kylo was like squirrely, and he's just as, if not more, squirrely now because Supernatural Reflexes lets you take both. You know, you can take your barrel, and if you want, you have auto thrusters to link to boost.
So your survival will come down to your flying, which is you better basically what is equivalent to advanced sensor, find a way to bump into stuff, get out of arc, and you're going to be doing that a lot.
Yep. That's what he already did before. So I don't see that big of a difference for people who already played him. For people who didn't play him, they're going to have a rough time because you can't be in arcs in second edition if you want to be worth that many points.
It's tough to get out of arcs when people are bringing a Drea swarm. I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
There's no more, oh, good, I'm at range 3. Auto thrusters will save me. I mean, how much stuff have you seen in second edition go away because you're at range 3, thought you'd be okay because you got your extra die and it didn't matter?
Mm-hmm.
Freaking
Coach,
Z95 roll and hit crit, and there you are dead at range 3.
you said you agreed with Gordon. Why do you also agree with Kylo being a chump?
Just the I5, 82 points. You're going to add. I mean, it's one of those. Are you going to add another 20 points to make him hit harder so he can kill stuff before they kill him? Or are you going to leave him like just supernatural reflexes and that's it? And hopefully he's, try to add something in there to not have them go right at Kylo. I just see it. I don't know. I don't see him living very long. I know they're squirrely, and I know he's got the force power and he's got supernatural reflexes and this and that, but it's still Soontir still dies, man, and Kylo is almost 3 Soontirs, or he's a lot of points. Maybe 2 Soontirs, but
yeah, he can easily be worth 2 Soontirs. I mean, generally people are putting supernatural automatically on Kylo, and it's primed thrusters, so you can still use supernatural even when you're stressed, or proton torpedoes, because you can take them.
I feel like you have to put proton torpedoes on them. You just have to. They're just too good. I mean, unless proton torpedoes skyrockets through in the January refit for points, which it should. I really think proton torpedoes is going to go up. I don't know. I think I'd rather take quick draw backdraft over Kylo and have more. I mean, look what's doing well these days. Multiple ships, not just 2, but your 3, your 4, or your 5 ship lists are doing really well. I just listened to Stay on Target.
That was a mistake.
Fleming was talking about his list has no weaknesses. I mean, it doesn't have any huge strengths, but it's just he was just talking about like, oh man, I took this huge pounding and I still got 3 ships on the board or 4 ships on the board. With Kylo, you're looking at what? You're either going to run a Kylo mini swarm or it's Kylo and quick draw backdraft and they don't have anything on them. So, and you got to go for a bid. I don't like going for bids. I like the utility of upgrades making a difference in the game. Which is why my champ is the Star Killer base pilot Upsilon class shuttle. At 56 points, I get 3 crew slots, 2 tech slots, a system, a modification, and a cannon.
How much of that do you plan on using, though?
Probably none of it, but I'm just saying I have it.
Okay.
I
like
can
the Batwing.
The Batwing. It's going to be it's the quintessential Batman utility belt. I can make that baby into whatever I want to make it.
What was its 1.0 base cost? Does anyone remember?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because this is the equivalent of 28, right?
It was not that. It was like 40 points, I thought.
Wow, so that's a huge drop.
No, it wasn't 40 because I got 3. No, I didn't. I got 2 of them.
An Upsilon starts at 30 with Star Killer base pilot.
That's right. So it dropped 2 points.
I haven't paid attention to it but the old version had a 4 dice gun. Does this still, or is this a 3?
Still 4.
Still 4.
Oh,
right?
Come on.
Right?
28 points for 4 dice. That in itself may be worth it.
Champ, baby.
Tyler says he wants to fly 3 of them.
There you go.
So I think people are looking at these and either putting too many points on them, which is why they're concerned about it being overcosted. But I think they're underestimating how well these ships can literally herd opponents' list because of that 4 dice arc.
It's gonna be so great. I ran. What did I run? I ran 2 of them with Yor at 2017 Worlds or something like that. I just stayed in the corner.
Jeez.
Tried the stress with Yor, just stopped. Tyler looked at me. He's like, "You're either gonna get fortressing banned or you're gonna lose terribly." Guess what? I lost terribly, and fortressing got banned.
2 for 1.
So no, I'm gonna go with the lowest Upsilon class shuttle at 56 points, all those slots, and a 4 attack dice. You can pair that with. I mean, it's going to be the workhorse of the First Order, I think. You can run a mini swarm with, like a legit, probably a pretty good swarm with it. Quick draw will fit in nice. I think the First Order has a lot of good tech. I mean, well, they have the tech, but I think their crew is going to be okay.
What do you want to put on that Starkiller base first?
But to tell you the truth, like you said, I'm probably going to run 2 of them in quick draw and have fun.
Okay.
I mean, just a ridiculously loaded out quick draw and just plow the road, boys. I'm coming through. I haven't seen the dial. I don't know if they've released the dial yet.
It's the same.
It is. So it still has the 3 hard white turn.
No, 3 hard and 1. Oh, you mean SF?
No, the Upsilon class shuttle.
The Upsilon, it had a 3 hard red and 3 hard 1. Or sorry, 1 hard red and 3 hard red, just like last edition.
Okay, sorry. The 1 hard red.
The 2 hard's white.
The 1 hard red was, oh my god, it was so good. Just screw it. Put electronic baffle on it. Do that 1 hard. I mean, I know it's at the end phase now, but still,
nobody pattern analyzer.
Nobody expects that Batwing to just do a direct 90-degree turn. It's great.
Well, my champ is Bob, who's affectionately known as Eden now. Just because if you complete a maneuver and you haven't launched or dropped a bomb, you can drop a bomb.
What the hell did you do? Did you switch factions on us now?
Well, I went to Resistance.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna. Yeah. I thought we were doing one for each one of them. Okay, all right. I'm with you.
We can go back and forth.
I don't care about all those other ones.
So wait, Ed. What I like to call this guy Ed, because I think Bob is actually Finch Dallow.
Well, I was looking at that, but I didn't want to give Bob 70 points.
Oh. So you like the genius dropper, essentially, built-in genius.
Yeah.
I mean, Proxima.
And now he's 3 out the front and 2 on the turrets, and you've got 2 gunners and you've got 2 arcs.
Okay.
So,
I just want to throw this out here. Can we officially rename Eden Capel to just Ted Koppel? Topsky, I don't know if you'll get that one, but
you need to get a giant toupee and put it on the ship.
I know.
Jeez.
I mean, look at it. It's got a pointy nose. Just put a toupee on it. It'll work. Anyway, that was my little...
Okay.
No, yeah, I know. Bringing you back, right?
Yeah, it is a true fortress when you have that type of firing arc coverage.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And throw Poe and Jess on there too. Yeah.
Oof.
Has anyone heard from Padre about his thoughts on now that we have points for the bombers?
So last week was when so we didn't have points by that time because we got points at the end of the week, but he didn't even know that the bombers had that 3 forward, 2 out the side. I think he is going to be pretty sad that you can barely run 3 of them and you can't really have bombs as much with 3 of them because he was always a fan of 3.
Mm.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's
So
going to be super tough.
But you could have 5K wings.
You... I think I'm going to go for Resistance Chump. Basically, the entire A-Wing.
Ooh, I'm going to disagree.
I'm not seeing anything that really just kind of screams play me in any of the A-Wings.
None of them do scream play me, but if you look at their point cost, it shows me that the original A-Wings might get cheaper in the next point adjustment as well. Because, like, Jake Farrell's 40 points, and the highest RZ2 is at 38.
That's true.
And Tali Lindra is an I-5 pilot for 35 points. That's cheap. And they get
Taliesin Lintra?
Yep.
She's an I-5 for 35 points?
Yeah.
You know, I think you came on to something there, Topsky, that I think you're right. I think the original A-Wings might go down in points. This might be an indicator that that's going to happen because, yeah, for 35, you get 2 EPTs, a tech, and a missile.
And that tech slot's huge now because one thing across the board with the resistance and first order, the advanced optics, which used to be weapons guidance, which we used to poo-poo all the time because 2 dice didn't matter in first edition. 2 dice matter now. And the odds of getting 2 hits on a 2 dice ship with advanced optics right now is just like barely below the same odds as a TIE fighter with a focus and Howl Runner.
No shit.
Yeah. So
Wow.
take advanced optics and tally and flank, and that's a very consistent 2 dice gun that can put some pressure.
You might be changing my mind on just the blanket chump A-Wings, but I'm gonna go with for the most of the. You might be right with the tally. I like kind of things about Lulo, but still, for 38 points, I think I can get some more oomph out of either an X-wing or a double YT 1300 list.
And just as an aside, Ryan, your observation about the point structure on these relative to what we've seen before in the first wave ships makes you draw the conclusion that we think we know where some likely points adjustments will take place on ships that are not as good and more expensive, correct?
Yep, that RZ-1 A-Wing, like I know action efficiency with Jake Farrell and like FFG was super scared of giving Rebels like on the button action efficiency. It had to be worked for, but I can't see Jake Farrell costing 40 points when some of these cost less and I think they're more effective.
Sure, common sense. I just want to toss out a hypothetical. Just what if they don't?
Then Ricky's going to be really sad.
Oh, Ricky. Oh, Ricky.
One of my locals came up to me and said, he's postulating this hypothetical, and he just goes, in other words, we're back to them still not getting it, power creep, in order to sell the ships. And I'm like, oh, God, you bite your tongue. You shut up. And then, of course, it's been stuck in my brain ever since, because until they release these points, I'm just full of dread and anxiety.
Sure. I guess I'll go with a chump. I'm gonna go back to first order with my chump. My chump for the first order is Major Stridon because there's a 1-point tech that can pretty much do what you want him to do anyway. For people who aren't aware, Major Stridon is where you can use special friendly abilities like coordinate, and it's out to range 3 instead of 2. Or, if there's like General Hux, he can use him out to range 3.
He's pretty much got the same 1.0 ability, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you have now again, this tech slot isn't legal for hyperspace, which is like the only thing out of these whole 2 conversion kits that's not. But Biohexacrypt Codes is a 1-point tech that if you have a target lock on a friendly ship or a ship, you can use the coordinate or jam action at an infinite range on that locked ship. So just throw that 1 point on any of the Upsilon class shuttles and you have Stridon for one of your ships anyway.
Star Killer base, chump pilot or champ pilot.
So that's my only thing. It's like, man, that is such a cheap tech to pretty much make a, let's see, 63.56 quick, 7 points more for Major Stridon, with initiative or whatever. But there's better Upsilon pilots, and that's a very good tech that we're going to have to keep our eye on once it becomes available for both.
Nobody wants a high pilot Upsilon shuttle anyway. You need to know where that baby's going.
I don't necessarily want to see an Upsilon period, but whatever.
Next.
Gordon, you got one for the Resistance?
No, don't care. Okay, well, all right, let's follow up on.
I so enjoy listening to Gordon at times.
At times,
if only I could edit Gordon. Oh, how great that would be. Okay, so is Ray going to be? Because it's a hypothetical, I have no idea. But since you're asking, let's have the discussion. Is Ray going to be what she was before? And right, like you said, because you were listening to our show, Aaron, Fleming doesn't think so, right? Because Ray was all about the hypermods, right? Things like expertise and Finn into a guarantee. You know, she's always hitting you in the face with 5 hits and stuff like that. So can Ray be anything close to what she was in the first edition? Because there was a lot of fans of her as a pilot.
I think she'll be close. You're not getting, because in the 1.0, all of Ray's combos were on her ship. She didn't really have to rely on anyone else. Like, she could just go out and do whatever she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
This time you can't do that. You kind of, Resistance is all about passive mods and you help me, I'll help you kind of a thing. But it's not. I don't think Ray is going to be able to just go out and just trounce people like she used to be able to. First of all, her ability is limited. The sloop is limited now, which I think is a good idea. That got really fucking annoying when people were just, I'm going to sloop with, Kyle Katarn and nothing happens, So now that can't happen. I think a force ability with the gunner, the 2 crew, in the illicit slot, I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, but I don't think she's going to be dominant.
Well, don't forget she's going to throw Finn and Finn's girlfriend on there too to muck.
I know the love
those
the
are
love
top
triangle.
The love boat.
But
The love triangle.
That is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. It's a freaking Dash Luke Gunner situation. Are you going to spend 130 freaking points on a Falcon?
Well, it's actually not too bad. Ray's at 104 if you put her Falcon title, Rose, and Finn on. So you do have room to work with, and people have talked about even using Han crew for that, like if you're range 1, get a bunch of evade tokens, but it's red. So, I think the difficulty is going to be her ability being resource managed by force, and you only have 2 that come, and 1 comes back every turn. You're going to want to use 1 on offense. How often or willing are people going to want to use it on defense? Because the issue with the big base ships is they still just die. And there were times that Ray didn't die in first edition. So are people going to be able to manage it correctly and know when it's time to hunker down and tank up Ray instead of always pushing the offense like you used to?
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the YT 1300 resistance in any way stat-wise different than the Rebel Alliance YT 1300?
It only has 3 shields. It's like the scum one.
Okay. Because
don't tell Zach.
Oh my God.
But here's another part. It doesn't have the 4K anymore, and the 4 straight is red. So its maneuvering is even brought back as well. And we know the boost is red, but the turn arc is red. Now in Ray, you're probably only pointing it forward with her ability, but
because you got me interested now in this whole point thing. Like, I'm going back to Rebel Alliance and going over Resistance. Lando's 92 points.
Mm-hmm.
Ray is 80.
And she has force.
And she has a force token.
Yep. Granted, yeah, their stats are lower, but
fuck?
That's another potential indicator of
what the shit.
The points are
okay. This is mind blowing the shit out of me because, oh man, 80 points for an I5 YT 1300. Yeah, it's a little shittier, but it's got a force ability. It loses the missile slot, which is interesting.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it lost the missile slot.
Okay, look at that.
Hey.
No one used it anyway.
No one used it anyway.
But, and that's actually, Ray might be one of the most played force users that actually doesn't use a force upgrade. Because her ability pulls force so much.
Oh, so you're saying you don't even bother putting anything on there, or maybe...
Nope. Her ability handles modifications better, and that's what you're going to want to use it for.
I'm wondering if there's any new force that we haven't seen yet in the Resistance pack.
I think everything was shown. And the only new ones are predictive shot, which is the like in bullseye only, so not worth it on big ship probably.
No.
And then hate, which I think is going to be dark side only. Just after you suffer 1 or more damage, recover that many force. Which,
Ooh.
I mean, if it's dark side only, that probably would have been pretty good on Rey because she's getting damaged a lot.
Yeah, she's gonna get shot at a lot. Her big booty's gonna get shot at. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't. Gordon, to go back on it, I don't. I think you're gonna have to work really hard to make. I think if somebody puts in the reps and has the list, tweaks and tweaks and tweaks, I think Rey will be awesome. But I think it's only good in the hands of a really good pilot.
Yeah, what was cool from the first edition was the instant competitive list in a box. Remember when they released Rey and Poe together?
Yep.
And you had everything you needed, and as if the light had dawned on FFG, they'd figured it out. People didn't have to buy multiple things across several packs, like the auto thruster expansion pack that came with a free Star Viper. None of that nonsense anymore, you'd hope. And I was wondering if that magic could be relived again. Can people put together a Poe Rey list that's going to be worth putting on the table in a tournament?
I really hope so, because as a store owner, and I think I can speak on all store owners, we fucking loved that pack.
Yeah.
And we're burying the lead. Oh, I'm sorry. Finish.
No, somebody walked in and said, I want to get an X-Wing. I'm like, here's a core set. Here's this. Here's the Heroes of the Resistance. You're done. You play Rey, Poe, you're good.
Yeah. And so it's kind of bearing the lead here if we're going to discuss Resistance, and kind of a crime not to discuss Poe. He's going to be good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He is.
Yeah, he's a champ.
Can you pile points into him, though? Like, because a lot of people are putting Rey and Poe as a list, and each of those, I mean, as I said, Rey's only at 104. That means you probably got a big bid, and Poe's taking proton torpedoes and
everything else,
and whatever he wants. Yes,
just give it all to him,
and a heavy laser cannon and all the stuff.
Now, see, I don't see any cannon slots here on the Resistance page.
Oh, that's part of their ability. They got the weapon hard point like the Six Geek does, or Seeker.
That's right. That's right. No, Poe's going to be good. He's going to be a bastard. Is what he's going to be.
that Black One title for 2 points is pretty cheap for his get out of jail free card. That slam out.
Yep. Okay, here's a question. Did you like 1.0 Black 1 or 2.0 Black 1 better?
I would kind of have to say 1.0 because, man, all the proton torpedoes right now, I wish I could pull target locks off.
I was all about ordnance and target locks, and every single time I saw a Poe across the table, I just wanted to punch my opponent in the face. That stupid title.
You just reach across and you just rip up the Black 1. Yeah. Play with it now. Forfeit and just go. Yeah, the 1.0 was definitely way better, I think.
Yeah. Uncle Mark, you got a champ chump? I think you're on your second one.
Who are we talking about again?
You can do
we were talking about the First Order and your thoughts.
Yep.
First Order.
So that means you're going to be talking about a chump.
So I'm going to guess you're not getting that expansion pack.
Well, yeah, I have to.
Oh, completionist.
Yes, I'm one of those.
Just keep it wrapped. Let's see how long we can keep the plastic on it. We'll do a bet online on the Facebook page. How long till you open your First Order expansion?
Well, it'll be there.
What's your chump for Resistance, Mark?
Let me slide back over there real quick.
Because you did a champ, didn't you? Or did you do a chump? Yeah, he did.
He champed Bob or Ed.
I didn't like the A-Wings until Ontopsky said, but wait, this person could be good.
But wait, I'm smarter than the rest of you at this game. That's why we have you on.
Just remember, Ontopsky, the next time I'm commentating one of your matches, I'm not going to be nearly as nice.
That's okay. Ruthless commentating, accepted.
Ruthless.
Yeah, but
But
he's
now
going to be
that-
standing next to you,
But now that
looking
he's
over your
OCX
shoulder and commentating.
Okay.
and of course now these OCX, I've got to be nice. Damn it!
You know, maybe in honor of Chris Chico Brown, we'll have the faux Christopher Brown's. He's saying chump midnight overpriced.
Okay.
Isn't that a mega leader
Yep. I
What is it
think
What is the
or
cost?
lockdown or whoever?
it's 44. You don't have comm relay anymore, and I think you pretty much have to have someone coordinating midnight in your list. So that's kind of like a tax.
And yes, Christopher
wow.
Brown, quick draw is very good.
Yeah.
So
So not happy about them.
midnight. So essentially, Jesus Christ, lockdown, midnight. What's her real name? Omega Leader. There you go. If you're gonna go 1.0 prices, midnight is 22 points. Omega Leader was 18, wasn't she?
But no one ran her naked. You,
Oh,
you, for the
21.
most
That's
part-
right.
For the most part, you saw Juke Comp Relay, and then at one point, what was a cheaper option that they were running
Score
to
to
get into
settle.
24?
Score to
That's
settle.
it.
That's what
Thank
it was.
you,
Yep.
thank you. So short of getting something that can keep her independent and alive on her own, Ryan's point's a good one, which is she's going to need help to be able to stick around a bit.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be running midnight like you used to Omega Leader, where it's like I'm just going to throw him in, and then it's going to be the boogeyman. You got to surround her with some stuff.
Yeah. I think midnight needs to have someone else as a prime target or other prime targets, multiple. Because midnight wants to get the target lock the first turn, but if you only have a target lock, you got nothing for defense. So that's where the coordinate has to come into play.
That's why you have that Star Killer base pilot.
Yep.
56 points.
Man, the ship that gets really sad to see midnight is Boba Fett if you play the game right. Boba Fett has all those mods, but man, oh man, start plinking.
Fuck you, Boba Fett. Granted, Boba Fett. Oh, I don't know. That's interesting now. Boba Fett doesn't quite become very powerful now, does he?
Well, only to Omega Leader potentially, because no modding against.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as Omega Leader has the big boogeyman target lock, she's fine. And like you said, along with that tech, no, it wasn't the tech thing.
Yeah,
never
advanced
mind.
optics, right?
Yeah, advanced optics. At least they can hit now.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful. Or you can go slightly defensive with Fanatical, and when you lose your shield, you get a free focus to hit mod on offense, no matter who you shoot at, which is huge, because then you can keep your focus for defense.
That wouldn't be bad. That would not be bad. Okay. I think that's going to take us to commercial break. I think we did a pretty good champ chump. Topsky, I like it. I really do. I think this was a fun one. Gordon, what do you think?
I think he should keep his job.
Are we going to see a champ versus chump knockoff on Stay on Target?
No, we'll see it on Gold Squadron. Remember, they knocked off the live cast. We can champ jump whenever points come out if we want. Just points time.
I love it. Well, I'm going to throw this on to commercial. So, Montana, please play us something very soothing. And I'm thinking something Chico-ish, in honor. Maybe his Disney song or a Cryodex commercial. So take it away, Montana.
I need another beer. Chat, post your champ and chumps.
Oh!
They have been. It's pretty good.
He's fucking gunning for my job, Gordon. You see this shit? First official.
What do you think, Ryan? We don't need him.
I'm not here for the
You know what? Hey, Ryan, we have our new podcast. It's called Stay on Topsky.
Fuck, I'd leave for that one.
Gordon, can you make me a shirt? I'd like to stay on top.
Sure. In fact, we need to make the sad part is this isn't going to be part of the podcast show, so we need to find a way to introduce this.
All right.
Recording goes out.
I will make a mental note to Montana.
The problem is that Kyle, myself, French, and Mikhail all need a job now.
Oh, I would listen to that show.
Stay on top 2.0 Movies edition.
I would listen to that show.
And all they would do is bitch about us, Ryan. That's it.
And believe me, we can.
Lots of material.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Stay on Topsky. We're doing combined T-shirt effort. Yep, now we're going to do that.
At the very least, have someone make it a commercial. The new X-Wing podcast.
It's the fusion
And the worst.
It's the fusion you never expected.
Yeah. And then we could record some fake like pre-show discussion, which is just total asinine diva bullshit.
Coming to X-Wing Podcast Central Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Stay on top.
I don't know if I can go on, Ryan. I'm not feeling it. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Like, you know, like, and then all of a sudden, and then say, Gordon, we're live. And then all of a sudden, I'll just go into a different voice and then do my typical stuff. Yeah.
Oh, shit. God damn it. That was good stuff. Oh,
Too bad all the rest of you missed out on it.
You can make this as a blooper at the end of
the show. No, this is going at the end of the show.
This
is definitely. I've got it time stamped. As long as I timestamp shit, Montana will put it there. Oh. God damn it. That was good, Gordon. Shit.
So honorable mention, few of them in case other people took the other champs that I had. The generic silencers or anybody but Kylo's kind of highly costed.
Well, people, who is it? Was it Mikhail? Someone is talking about getting 3 of these on the table.
I would assume that's just for shits, because man,
that person should be banned from any tournament.
Granted, so you could do 3 of the first order test pilots with like fanatical and I think advanced optics for some decent offense.
I think that may be more legit than, you know, you're always playing, assuming that they don't. Okay, so the difficulty is you don't have the benefit of supernatural or something like this, but one's always one basically as the rabbit, and then the other 2, you know, and you just keep rotating in and out. It's like, who are going to be the guns this fight? Which is the one getting the heck out of Dodge?
Oh, that doesn't fit. It's 4 points over. All right. Yeah, because I guess the issue is that we're so used to even the generic silencers. Like, because remember for a while, I think Biophysical and other people were playing quick draw and 2 silencers, and those
Correct.
2 silencers were fire control system and
Advanced optics, weren't they?
The original advanced optics, yeah.
Yeah.
So people who've played that before might be more, you know, okay with it because they weren't relying on advanced optics for those silencers. They were just doing their moves.
Could be.
Oh.
And we never really discussed quick draw. We can save that, but it's
I think
Fleming's point, like on our show, Fleming's point was the problem with quick draw was all of the ways to get the hyper mods. Whereas I just keep thinking it makes such a world of difference because not having lightweight frame, because I ran in a couple tournaments a cheaper version of quick draw to be able to fit in, like, I guess it was the Dallas Decimator list or something like that. And where his defense was his threat of the offense or something like that. And I just lost quick draw like that every time. And I can't help but feel like he just doesn't have he's just such a lesser version this time around.
And I think that might be where everyone might be missing the boat. I mean, some people will be able to fly it, but I'm not convinced the whole Kylo quick draw Midnight is going to work. 2 of those ships, and I include Midnight and quick draw, would really like someone to coordinate them something.
Yeah, it's missing something.
And I think there's something with Kylo, Squad Leader Null, and quick draw per se. Because I think what a lot of people are forgetting is quick draw now has an evade action. Like the SF has evade. And they can take juke.
I totally missed that. Does it?
Yes. So quick draw can be an I6 juke. I mean, this is one of the few ships where I don't normally like fire control system right now because it's really only useful on Vader, and taking that target lock action feels bad. But if you take that target lock action, your 2 shots get a lot more scarier with at least a reroll, even if you don't, take a defensive action. But what if you got 2 shots that both juke?
And if you do include with quick draw a coordinate kind of ship, it's going to make it easier to set that target lock back up.
Yeah. So that's why I think both to maximize quick draw and to maximize midnight, you want to coordinate them, but you can't coordinate both of them in the same turn. So I don't know if they'll mesh together in a list
together. Right.
If they do, it's going to take some serious planning and skill for sure. Like I'm not saying it can't be done. But I think null with squad leader or just a solid upsilon is going to be the key to maximizing these aces.
All right. So what if we were to put together just the basic Star Killer base pilot? What kind of quick draw loadout would you put together at a minimum?
At a minimum, you got to do the gunner.
Because I want to know how many points are left over, and then what's the most obvious ship as the combo.
Sure.
Because it can't be Kylo, right?
So I almost automatically put Captain Phasma on any of the Upsilons because I've been playing enough of Forlom, and telling people you can't turn around on me after the turn of being in range 1 is pretty good.
Right.
So I'll take that for 5 points to keep the Star Killer base from being shot further. Special Forces Gunner. Let's see what it gets up to if I do fire control and say juke. That's 77 points left.
Find a ship. What do you think? Gotta be something that can carry the list, because if quick draw goes first, this is your ship, right? So
at that point, it's like, do I try and fit 2 things in there, or do I fit 1 thing in there? Because I think, as I said, the first order, just the standard fighters with, let me see how if we can fit 2 of those 3.
Throw something in there as a cheap proton carrier for the offensive punch. Close out the game with quick draw. I don't buy it.
So much
I feel like there's got to be something in there more defensive.
Well, there we go. So what if you do that quick draw setup, a Star Killer base with Phasma? If you're not in hyperspace, you can take those biohex crypt codes, target lock, quick draw early for the infinite target lock or coordinate. And you can fit both Long Shot, which is the range 3 dice FO fighter, and Scorch, the take a stress and roll 3 dice fighter.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to have this conversation and I'm burying my head in the sand, I'm only starting to catch up to the nightmare everyone else has been whining about, which is, what is hyperspace legal, what's not? Because if that's going to dictate the main format we're all trying to get ready for with these hyperspace trials as our regional replacements and et cetera, whether we like it or not, we have to find hyperspace viable lists.
Sure.
So,
no, the only thing in Resistance and First Order completely that's not hyperspace legal is that tech with that target lock infinite coordinate thing. That's the only thing that's not legal.
Okay.
Which I think is a good reason, because that is quite a cheap thing for such a potentially powerful ability.
I would just absolutely love if they dropped the price of X-Wings down a little bit to where I could just fly 5 of them. If I had 5 X-Wings, I'd just say, hey, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
We'll rename you Will 2.0.
And man, some of the
Will and I actually had a match where we had 10 X-Wings on the board.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
That is pretty cool. That's awesome.
And I had one turn where I had a bad set of die rolls, and he was able to take 2 of mine down in 1 pass, and that was my only loss of the day.
Ryan, see what Tommy posted there. Blackout with trick shot and protons. Null with squad leader. Quick draw with fanatic, SF gunner, FO cadet.
Blackout with protons. The silencer blackout. Yeah, the one where you put behind like an obstacle and then trick shot it. I mean, that's a scary proton torpedo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but he dropped the upsilon for null, so he could, because I don't think I think blackout would have been too many points.
So there goes your coordinates, right?
Oh, but he did put in an FO cadet, so it's 4 ships.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really wish that cadet would have advanced optics, if that fits. because making those 2 dice consistent enough makes them actually do damage.
Right.
And one thing.
Well, I don't know about you, but all you have to do is play against me. And after I have found a way to take away your mods, congratulations on all the naturals you're going to Story of my X-Wing life, man. God.
If I was the other thing I was looking to champ was not specifically Poe, everything that's like 55 points or less for the T70s. There's some, I think there's just Paba's there. And yeah, she's charge based. You spend a charge and then you can re-roll as many dice as there are chips in range 1 of you. That's still really powerful. You got old school or like some type of red ace with Joff Sea Striker at the same point cost. I mean, or some people have looked at just 4 of the rookies and they can take like one of them can take a tractor beam and just tractor you, and then the other 3 can shoot you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, by the way, we've gotten to where we're doing more content on the break than during the actual podcast. So all of this now needs to be basically the show. And then whatever the show was, that needs to be the blooper reel at the end of this.
I need to go get my beer because we kept talking.
Hurry up. While Aaron's on the phone.
I got a beer, and then I came back. I sat down. And I went, oh, I better go pee. So I got up and went pee.
Okay. All right. Well, then fine. I'll carry the show. Hello, chat. Shout out to Tommy and to Josh and to Christopher and to Mark and to Jerry and to Josh again. Anyone else? Yeah, I know, but you're drinking. Someone's got to drive this thing. And to Sir George. Do we have anyone else in the chat? Those are the latest ones. Hey guys,
Harold was here. Oh, there's Pinto.
Oh, Pinto. I am the worst. I'm the worst because I owe him signed cards. It's with my stuff. I got to go find my stuff and
Pinto,
then actually get to the post office and send it to him.
Tyler hasn't signed, but it's still sitting on his table. I said, "Are you going to send this to him?" Well, yeah. So I'm trying, Pinto.
Oh, thank God I'm not the only loser that hadn't sent it out. Okay.
I've sent mine back. Worse.
Oh, did you? Jesus.
Yes.
All right. Fine.
A month ago.
Antopsky, do your job as co-host here.
Wait, what?
Go.
What am I
Dance
going?
monkey. You're the host. Entertain us. Go.
Ooga booga.
There you go. That is quality content.
No, that's at the end. Montana.
Someone's okay. I was also gonna chump Han Solo because he's only 4 points cheaper than Rey, and I think his
that got brought up in the chat. They wanted that discussed. The Han. So are we going to continue the segment, or are we moving on to something else?
Ooh, no,
I think hyperspace.
We're going on to hyper. We're gonna bitch a little bit, but hold on. I have something to show. You only get this if you're watching.
Live people pay attention.
So,
look at Coach.
Let me
Show yourself off.
Present
Coach.
myself here. Oh, Mark, you're stealing my thunder here. Okay. So this is Montana's newest, latest, greatest Patreon possible reward, the OCX bottle opener keychain thing.
That's
you
so
guys
cool.
see it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Aaron, you will be sending me one of those.
For only $5 a month, Gordon, you could
not happening. Ryan, when I see you at Outrider, you will hand me one and a couple of the chocolate chip cookies.
I'll say you only get one. You want cookies or bottle opener?
Oh, you're getting his wife's cookies too?
There's a chance I'm going to convince her to make cookies again for Outrider.
Gordon, I'm just letting you know you missed out, and we didn't really do our part of the deal, but we should have definitely had our OCX party at that house we were at Gen Con. I feel bad. We're going to do it next year. We're getting the same house, and I think we talked to the guy. He's going to let us have a party in the backyard. It's going to be fantastic.
Sounds good. I'm halfway through the Templeton, sir.
Oh, shit. Whoa, holy crap. I gave you that in August. What the hell?
I've got a lot of bourbon in my house, and I sip this stuff. I don't drink a lot.
I think I've gone through 3 bottles of Templeton since then.
That's because you're a raging alcoholic, Aaron, and there's a difference between you and me.
Wow. Oh, okay. 130. Let's go with 135. Out of commercial.
And remember, there is no soliciting tonight. There will be no shilling of shirts. There will be no asking for more Patreons and people to join things. We will not do this. And giving prizes away.
That's great.
Probably not.
Oh man, the people who listen to the podcast miss out on a bunch if they're not here for the live show.
Yeah, there's a big. You really can't. I mean, there's a reason we have a loyal Wednesday night following. The best stuff is during the commercial break.
A lot of times I'll have my board game night. It flip flops between Tuesday and Wednesdays, and so I'm always missing half the shows, and it just kills me what I miss.
And did you notice the expense I went to for that sign?
High quality graphics there, sir. Must set you back a pretty penny.
What are you talking about? I don't know what do you had
what do
there.
you mean?
Say no soliciting.
Yeah.
No idea. All right, we're gonna come out of commercial.
Oh hell! Now I got to do that again.
Fuck, I don't know. All right.
Is that you coming out of commercial?
Shit, maybe.
I think it is. Timestamp that right there.
I did timestamp it at 1:35. So, yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio Podcast, where we have no soliciting or no crowdfunding or none of that shit.
And no giveaways.
No giveaways and no free stuff.
None for you.
Oh.
You better alter the timeline continuing, because more content was discussed during the break than what we discussed during the actual show. All of that better end up at the end in the quote-unquote bloopers.
It's only for the live people. That's the benefit.
Yeah, Gordon.
That stuff was too good. You can't deny them.
Well, Gordon, tell the listeners right now that are listening to their podcast on Monday morning or Saturday afternoon why they should tune in on Wednesday nights at 8:30 Central.
Because, one, the commercial breaks last longer than the actual show, and so we have to fill that time, and it turns out it's actually better content than what we're talking about. So you're missing out on the real show. And two, the graphic enhancement, we're interacting in real time with the audience and the chats, but mostly it's got to do with these amazing visuals provided to us by Uncle Mark.
We paid a lot of money for those.
No, but I do feel like whenever I'm listening, because I'm following up, because half the time I can't be there for the live show, I'm like, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? And it turns out I'm missing a lot. Okay, except for that.
My phone got fixed.
Yay.
Oh, great.
I hate that sound.
So I know we said no soliciting, but I'm going to solicit Uncle Mark, graphics artist. If you go get in touch with Uncle Mark, he will whip you up some pretty good font on some lined paper.
And if we don't get 5 more people on the Uncle Mark Fan Club Facebook page, we won't send out any more prizes.
So this is Gold Squad.
Fucking reverse psychology. I see through your shit, Mark.
Dion,
right.
we still love you, but you just give us way too much content.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the timestamps where they are, whether we came out of commercial when I wanted to or not.
I just got owned. Is all of this archived?
Yes, it's all archived.
I'm an idiot.
No, what are you talking
Plus
about?
now, Coach and I are
Just
looking
live
for jobs.
To tell you the truth, you can go and experience the full-fledged funness That is the OCX Radio live
Because all
show.
I've ever done is either I'm here listening to it live or I'll catch up later on the podcast. I've actually never bothered to go to a YouTube archive.
you can't. I mean, there are a lot of people.
What is this black wizard technology that you talk about?
Right? I know. I don't understand it either. I just click the green button, and then at the end, I click the red button, and it happens magically. But we do have a lot of people that do actually go back and watch the whole show, especially our listeners who are sleeping right now, basically over in the UK. Shout out to all of our European listeners. You know, we love you guys too. Thank you for watching the YouTube, not live. For those who you are watching live, never, whatever. So anyway, we are going to get into the meat of the show, which is basically hyperspace versus extended.
God, I'm so tired of people arguing about this.
That's why we're gonna start not arguing about it, but we're gonna probably argue about it. Okay, so let's just get the cat out of the bag, guys. FFG wants to sell its fucking shit, and they want to do it, and we're just gonna have to deal with hyperspace.
Are they wrong?
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. They're going to sell more product by having the competitive tournaments, the high-end stuff, be second edition, which is the only stuff that's released. In a year from now, we're not even going to fucking care. Because it's going to be extended anyway. Extended is going to be a dying breed, and it's going to, with every single wave, it's going to be going.
There's a good chance it's going to take longer than a year to do it.
I really
product.
I really don't think so. I think they're just going to flood the fucking market. I think they're going to, their production values on the Z95 second edition and the TIE Reaper or TIE Striker, I bet they're so fucking low that you can't, like, nobody's ordering those. Like, I've got 2, I think, of each coming. And that's just because maybe we might pick up a new player or something like that. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to add 2, 3, 4 ships to every wave. We're not going to give 2 shits about those. I mean, we don't give 2 shits about what's in the pack because we've already seen it. It's just I think they're gonna ramp it up. We're gonna big enough and loud enough that's maybe what they'll do. I'd like to say that FFE doesn't listen to us, but I kind of do think, not us personally. I know they don't. Well, we are the #1 outlet for FFG news. We figured that out, but
we got Wade.
I know. No, I mean just on the Tuesday articles or Wednesday articles.
And they named their press conferences after my show. So, I mean, I know they listen to us.
I mean, you don't see any Minoc wave releases or...
There's no article titled Scree.
Yeah. There's no article titled... No, never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Anyway. So, I get it. We have all these fun toys, and we want to play extended. Do I wish Hyperspace Trials and the cups and stuff like that were extended? Yes, I do. I really, really do. Am I super butthurt about it? No, I'm not. I can play all my extended stuff in my local store. You know, you know what this does? It gives local stores the chance to maybe draw some people in. Say, hey, we're having an extended tournament. Fuck FFG. Extended, you know, maybe that helps drive people into their local stores where, they're trying to get their X-Wing ground game up and going. I just think I think it's going to be for the betterment of the game, and in a year from now, it's going to be an afterthought.
Well, Gordon.
Yeah.
That was the longest dead air I think we've ever had on this show.
He went, like he really wants to say something.
Well,
I can edit that out.
But here's the thing.
That wasn't that bad.
But I've already had this discussion. There's no need for me to go over all this again since it got covered on my show.
Yeah, but nobody listens to your show.
That is true. This is true. This is true.
Hey, I got the shirt.
But I'm trying to... Yeah, and Coach got like a sweatshirt, right?
I was late.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for the next run.
Okay, so all right. Well, to rehash what was covered on my show, Fleming's point, and it's a good talking point in the sense that he thinks extended is nothing but a giant beta test for hyperspace balance, right? He said his assertion is that, and I agree with him on this, is that there's just way too much stuff that was released under the extended format that could have properly been tested, and we're already kind of seeing the result of that. Arguably the best list in the game, advanced sensor redline with protons, Suntur, and a Juke Vader Whisper cannot be points increased up out of competitive balance because it's got 15 points to play with. So there needs to be adjustments done. And so the reason we are doing a bunch of competitive extended right now is in the hopes of gathering some data that they couldn't have done on their own so that they can be properly applied to hyperspace. So let me shoot that the other way. When you combine that with the reality that they need to be able to have a format for just the new stuff as it gets released and comes off of the factory floor, you need to be able to address a viable format for the new player that may only have access to stuff that is second edition.
So you mentioned, and maybe it was Ryan, the combined of you both kind of agree that yes, extended was the practice grounds. There's way too much stuff. But the flip side of that is, with second edition, there was way too little stuff, and we all know that Boba Fett is just a monster.
But that's an ugly business reality that they're just going to have to weather.
Right. This is a
brand. Your point is this will all be water under the bridge. I guess the biggest concern is going to be, you think they're going to get there quicker than what I think. I'm having a hard time thinking a year from now we're going to go, what were we concerned about? I think this will take longer to get there.
I agree with Gordon, because they got the two other factions coming out, and now they have to build them up kind of at the same time while letting the Scum and Empire and Rebel stuff in from extended.
Right, but you got to realize they're also trying to get. I mean, how many waves a year? There's about 4 or 5 waves a year, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
So add 2 ships onto every one of those waves. At the bare minimum, 2 ships from extended. That's 10 ships at the bare minimum.
But they're not even doing that right now.
Yeah, wave 2 they're not, but wave 3 they are. Wave 3 they're adding.
Why is it unfair for us to extrapolate out an issue that they know is an issue, and yet they're already giving us angst?
Yeah, well, I'm basically going to chalk it up to it's a whole new rollout, and this might be the biggest struggle between corporate and the game developers in FFG. Game developers are going to say, guys, we need to get this shit out. So extended gets smaller and second edition gets bigger. And then the upper echelons are going, whoa, that's going to cost a lot of money. Well, yeah, of course it's going to cost money. You can't just leave this product out there and not have anybody play it. And they're like, well, they already paid for it. Yeah, we can. So I get your point. Yeah, maybe the corporate overheads are going to say, fuck it, we already got their money. They already paid for the conversion kit. And now we're going to just totally dick them over in hyperspace, and they only get to play with a third of whatever they own. I get it. But I really do think the models are already, the molds are already made. They're slapping a new paint job on one or the other. I really don't think it's gonna take a lot. The cards are already artworked. There's nothing new coming in the Striker or the Z95 that we haven't already seen. That's not in the conversion kit. So their overhead for reproducing extended ships to bring them back into second edition is not a lot. It's still money. They're still casting them. They're still painting them. Yes, I get that. But they're going to have to do it anyway.
Here's my hope.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's my hope. This can all be fixed simply because they've at least introduced the mechanism to do so. All of this brouhaha came from a simple yes or no column, as to whether it's eligible or not. they can simply declare this is easily solved. If they've gotten this wrong, they can go to more stuff and say, this is eligible. All right. Even with the restrictions of, I think with what's limited as to what's second edition viable or not, because you've got the ability to tweak and balance and make things fair just simply by declaring through an app or through a printout what can and cannot work. Right. I think we've got anxiety right now because there's stuff that we can't use that we're hoping we can. And I think there's workarounds to that.
I think we're freaking out a little too early.
Right.
That I definitely agree with. There's too much of a knee-jerk reaction right now for people who really want to keep playing extended, and they're like, oh, I can't ever play it. Well, we've seen that the System Open main event is going to stay extended. The Hyperspace qualifier is going to be Hyperspace. We know the Hyperspace Trials and Hyperspace Cups are likely going to be what their name is. So you have, like FFG said, multiple ways to get your Worlds invite or, place really high in events. To go back on what Gordon mentioned, and this is kind of a thought. So if we say that extended is being treated like a test, are we more likely to see bigger changes to ships not in hyperspace for testing purposes, like larger point difference changes, upgrade slots taken or added in extended that aren't in hyperspace because they want to really test the limits on those before they plug them into hyperspace?
Here's why you have anxiety. Their history tells us no, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
But their design tells us their intent is yes. And the first real reveal about any of this is going to come with this next points balance. Is it just a points balance? Is there inclusion of like advanced sensors onto something but removal of it from somewhere else? How aggressive are they willing to be to balance this stuff and try to keep pace with this meta as a competitive meta as it emerges? Or are we always sitting on our ass for 6 months bitching and moaning about the meta until they finally get around to change something? Are they always going to, is it always going to feel like it's too late, and they're always too late by about 6 months?
Yeah. January is going to be huge. January is going to be a huge month for X-Wing. Hopefully we get an update to the app.
A correct update, because what if it's wrong?
Yeah. Anyway.
I look at this whole thing as much ado about nothing, because with the hyperspace, it's 2013 all over again.
Yeah, baby.
As far as I'm concerned, I've been through this once before.
See, Mark and I are on the same page.
Now, the issue is, I don't know if I will feel comfortable going to a tournament and seeing Nathan Idy without an E-Wing. I mean, think about it. There are personalities in this group, this organization, this fan base, and they're always identified. You see that person, okay, these guys are always going to fly Imperial, unless the scum is better. And, Tyler Tippett is always going to have something that's Imperial. Mark Tippett's always going to have something resistant or rebel.
Y-Wing. Y-Wing, Mark.
Okay. So I can fly 5 of them, damn it.
Coach is always going to fly something with Jabba. Yeah, we get it. Farmer's going to wander around and keep muttering to himself. And D's going to have some sort of philosophical something with a kimono on. And, you just expect these things. Sable Griffin is either going to be steampunk or with a t-shirt that says, yeah, I'm somebody important or I'm a big deal. I'm kind of a big deal. Yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal. And yeah, I prefer playing enhanced. I can play the other because I'm still playing the same damn ships.
And it was interesting because didn't Duncan Howard play Rebel?
Yes.
Oh my God, he did. And he played the worst potential. Well, the thought to be worst potential kind, with people worrying about that being the new 1.0 type list with Dash and Rorik.
So to me, this is good news. This is getting players who have always played this list branching out. Well, I mean, okay, maybe not branching out. Duncan Howard's taking an overpowered list. That's not branching out, I guess.
No, that's Duncan Howard.
It's not Empire. I've never
heard,
or Scum.
Yeah, I heard someone say he took that list, and I'm like, prove it. I don't think I've ever seen him take Rebels, no matter how good they were.
But to get it back on track, again, I know that, and like Gordon said it perfectly. Their intentions are yes. Their actions right now are not right now, kind of a thing. Like they want to get to the point where the app, the January, the quarterly updates, the points, all this stuff. They're going to listen to the community. They're going to watch the play testing. They're going to see the results come in. They're going to make up an actual, factual point reduction based on facts, not just like their little play testing group. I love everything about this. The problem is that they need the money to make it work. It needs to work in order for their ideals to be achieved. And right now, I'm not seeing it. Shocker.
I'm not following you. What do you mean?
Well, from what I gathered, you were saying that their ideas were good, right? They're to get extended into the full-fledged second edition. Extended right now is just kind of a play test. They're seeing the statistics come in. Then they're going to do the January update. And then maybe, like you said, they can do a switch of a button. They can say, well, this is second edition with the app.
Or anything, whatever it is, they have the ability because the design is reflective around a mere update as opposed to the realities of something printed in a factory in China.
It's not a wave release like we are seeing it be right now. Because right now it's a wave release. Oh, this is second edition now. That's kind of how they've determined it now. But after January, they're like, Phantom, Hawk, and this are now second edition. Because you go to the app and you go to second edition, and boom, there it is. Oh, shit, FFG sanctioned. Start your list building, boys. They don't need to release a second edition model in order to make it second edition. That was the whole point of the app, which I thought, and I think a lot of us did too. So hopefully that's where it's going to. It doesn't need to be a wave release. What I'm saying is I think they could do it in a wave release.
Right. Okay. So the dilemma is that may be something you or I would do, or that is something maybe even OP would do. But now you've got the other side of FFG going, no, what is going to be in the competition is the stuff that is released in the new packaging.
Yeah. You've got corporate saying, nope, only things in packages that have second edition on it is second edition. And you're having OP going, why?
Right. So I hope you're right. I hope this is all water under the bridge in a year because they managed to just get it all out in new shiny packaging. My fear is they won't.
So just to make sure you guys caught this, but they did show hints of adding stuff into hyperspace that are not getting new packaging. The Rebel Falcon is hyperspace legal from Extended. And that is not getting any new packaging. Now, it's probably because they want all the Falcons to be available, being the Resistance Falcon and the Scum Falcon and now the Rebel Falcon. So I think they wanted to even out all of the factions to have 4 ships at least. The Strikers being added early into hyperspace before it comes out in Wave 3. But yeah, the Rebel Falcon is in hyperspace. That's only showing 1, though, and that's probably just to even it out. So your concerns are probably still definitely valid, but at least they're showing hints of like...
That's huge, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're showing that they can do it.
Yep, and they're willing to.
And that corporate has said, yes, go ahead. Okay.
Yep.
Fire's out, boys.
Well, I think you still have valid concerns because I think this was just for potential balancing reasons and to make sure one of the most iconic ships in Star Wars is hyperspace legal.
Okay, so then that tells me that they've got enough data on the Falcon that they can go, yep, second edition.
Or to expect definite point changes on the Falcon for Rebels come January to put them in line with everything else.
And we've already pointed that out with the whole Ray being 80 and Han being 92 kind of a thing.
Yep.
12 points for a missile slot, an EPT, we all know EPT, just take fucking trick shot. Just take it. Yeah. Just do it.
Well, it is 2 more shields.
Okay, 2 shields,
a white arc turn.
A better dial.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's 12. That might be 12 points. I don't know.
I don't think it's 12, maybe 8.
She's got a force, but she doesn't use it. Okay, I get you. As a let's see. I'm trying to think about this as someone who applied to get. Okay, here's my little beef for this section. Fucking AOP. I need to know if I'm getting a goddamn hyperspace trial. It's December. I need to know if I got it or if I didn't get it. Store owners need to know. We need to be able to promote this stuff. I know we don't solicit on this show, but I need to hire Mark to make me a poster saying
I'll make you a sign. I'll get you a sign.
I have a hyperspace trial.
Would you like me to get started on that right now? Right here.
Enlisting the Uncle Mark graphic team.
Bill me by the hour.
Oh man, just
my
one
buddy
Harold
here. My buddy Harold here just said the president of the
big sign.
My buddy Harold, the president of the Mark Tippett or Uncle Mark fan club, just mentioned change that Falcon into a Rebel Hawk, and I'll be happy.
That Moldy Crow title needs to be more points, though.
We do have to give a shout out, though. I cannot remember who posted it on the OCX Aces Facebook page. Excuse me. But how the hell have we not been calling it the Cold Hawk Dogs? I don't know. How has this eluded us? I saw that picture and he's like, Cold Hawk Dogs. I'm like, shit. That makes way too much sense.
That's the problem. There's too much sense.
I had a listener text me. He's like, that's usually whatever I heard, whenever you guys said it. I was like, no, it was just cold hot dogs. But I plan on trying to find one of those Hot Wheels, the Wienermobiles. You guys remember those?
Yeah.
I'm going to do some kit bashing, and I will make the cold hawk dog.
Do we think we need to have Luke to have a special painting month of the cold hawk dog?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what if you want the Chicago cold hot dog?
Oh, jeez. Now all the styles of cold hawk dogs.
You could just do a whole bunch of them, and they're all kind of just...
the Coney Island cold hot dog.
This is totally not soliciting, but you guys should definitely check out OCX pregame on Twitch with Luke Carrington. He's doing a fantastic job. If you want to step up your painting game, go check out OCX pregame on Twitch. It is every Wednesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, I believe. And you have to talk, Mark, in order for your screen to show up. But whatever. So I think we can kind of put the whole hyperspace thing to bed. Yes, it sucks. No, it's not as bad as it's going to be. We need something to bitch about, right?
I'm not bitching. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, in the X-Wing community in general.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If there's not a fucking dumpster on fire, something's wrong. But I guess it gives us something to talk about on our podcast.
Thanks, FFG.
Thanks, FFG. Love ya.
News outlet number 1.
Oh, we really are. I'm very surprised about that. That fucking Minot. I'm starting to call it the Minot curse, not the FFG the article curse.
It's a curse that stuff comes out the day they put their show out, and right when we're ready to go.
So, you know what? I'm thinking about starting my own segment there on Topsky, if it's okay with you. I'd like to get
We'll have to take that up for a vote, I believe. Can we call this meeting to order?
Order the court of Ontopsky.
And
Oh, jeez. Now he's taking that too.
Oh no.
if it pleases the court, I'd like to issue a complaint against
You're in contempt.
said podcast. Motion for bitching about podcast. And I need a second.
Motion allowed.
Motion allowed.
I don't know the right word for it.
We're supposed
Go to law school.
If you're the judge, you have to say, "I'll allow it."
we're supposed to say approved, and then I get to talk.
Sustained or overruled.
So, a little bird told me a long time ago that the Stay on Target podcast was going to join the rare ranks of the weekly podcasts.
That is such BS.
Gordon's so against it.
I never said that.
And I got kind of really excited because I love
Hey, I gotta
velvety
go. Look at
tone.
the time.
No. You're on the stand, or you're in the juror's box, or whatever you're
Oh
in.
my God, I'm on trial.
So I love the velvety tones of little Gordon. I love, dude. You've got the best. Why are you doing the job that you have? I don't know what you do for a job, but you should be on radio professionally. You do. You got the voice, man. Except for the opening on this last.
Because
That was a good one this week.
But that's become a bit, right? I mean, that's all intentional. Get that, right?
That was good. I enjoyed that.
I was
Gordon,
taking advantage of post-cold voice, and it worked.
But
Gordon, we have representation for you from Dewey, Screw'em, and Howe.
Yeah.
Oh. But I was told that you guys were going to be a weekly podcast, and for some reason, you guys put out a podcast, and then the next week you put out another podcast, and I was excited. And then it was a month.
You show me where it said we will be a weekly podcast. You prove that to me.
I swear it. Yeah, I mean, it might have been on my download schedule that you were weekly.
I think
It is weekly. He's on here when he's not on his own.
I think it was like what they had an episode out, then like the week after was Gordon's birthday, and then something may have been said like, "What are we weekly now?"
It was way too soon. And then everyone was like, "Oh my god, SOT is on fucking weekly podcast." I was like, "Yes, I am all in for that."
Okay, so we've only recorded this was our 43rd episode ever, and the show's been around about 2 years or something like that. And the most I think we've ever done at one point during that span was maybe back to back to back. It is not our intention to be anything close to being a weekly show. We just simply react based on what we see going on and our whim. And if we're just not in the mood to record, or I'm not in the mood to record, then damn it, we're not going to record.
Did they ever record it without you?
I need.
Oh, of course. The
think
shows I hopped on, I think, around episode 7 or 8 or something like that. And I didn't become the host until the two hosts prior to me said, "I'm off the show. Go with God. This is now yours." And I did not want to be the host. And I fought. I gave it some serious thought, and I was 50-50 on just outright quitting because I knew what being the host would entail.
Yeah.
Okay, so personal Gordon storytelling time. Ryan, I don't know. I find this interesting being a content creator. And this is not my first rodeo in being a content creator. Before, right as the internet was emerging, I was a freelance journalist, and I used to get paid to cover computer video games, specifically flight sims. And I was actually the flight sim editor for the most preeminent computer gaming magazine at the time, which was Computer Gaming World. And this used to be basically my
magazine. Well, no, I just got to say, I love that magazine.
And this used to be like my job when I came home. I have my day job, I'm in IT, and then I come home, and I was just so passionate about all this, and I was super excited that I was now going to get paid to do the thing I loved. And it turned out it drove me out of my own hobby. I hated it because now my hobby became a job. No longer was it a choice, but I had to. And I vowed I was never going to go through that again. And to some extent, this can border on that. And all you need to do is watch what is going on with these weekly podcasts and the pressure they're under. And I'm never going to go there again. I want to continue to enjoy this. So if I feel inclined to record because I'm excited about something, or one of my co-hosts are excited about something, then we will record. Otherwise, if it means going a month without an episode, then it means we're going to go a month without an episode.
So you're excited when the
drink?
What's that?
Why do you think we drink?
Okay.
I was just going to say, we have a built-in inhibitor. Built-in, we drink while we podcast.
But Gordon, if you're excited to record, why are you recording when the Steelers lose?
That's only so the excuse is to get Ryan Fleming on the show. So because I think he just has a particularly unique way of ranting about the Steelers, and I find that entertaining.
Wait, did you guys record while they were losing?
No. Just what's happening is if the Steelers do,
because
Steelers do well, then we've got nothing to bitch about. The Steelers do well, we got nothing to bitch about. No need to record. The Steelers now have lost, so we need to get on air and complain.
You know, Chicago, one of the original hosts on the co-hosts on the show, is a huge Steelers fan.
No, I did not know this.
Huge, like you pair in comparison.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
He has
really?
He has a basement that is steel. I feel like I'm transported into Pittsburgh when I walk down there. It's gaudy and it's ugly and it's just too much.
Black and gold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
Right?
So to close my arguments, Your Honor, I'm not trying to be any kind of elitist jerk or anything, and I take it as a huge compliment that people would like for us to be able to record more than we do. I take that very seriously. It tells me maybe I'm doing something a little bit right, and that's good. I'm glad to hear all that. But the biggest factor is that story you got for me is like I've kind of been there, done that before in a sort of way when it comes to this thing, and I really don't ever want to go there again, whether that's right or wrong or fair or not.
Yeah.
So.
Defendant found not guilty.
Sidebar. I actually started listening to you guys the day you came out. And this was funny because I was watching some Keyforge stuff the other day and D House's name came up.
Sure.
And I was like, oh my God, is he a fucking whore for all FFG games? I mean,
no, he's a card player, and I think he sees the writing on the wall with Destiny.
Okay.
And that's his passion. Did you know the story about him that when he was in like the 7th grade, he was like in the top 50, 40 something worldwide as a Pokemon player to the point where he made bank and would travel and got compensated heavily to attend events.
Oh, I did not know this.
And so when cards come around that he's interested in, that's kind of his first love.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then, because I heard D House's name and I was like, oh, D House, I miss you. It's been a long time, and I just remember the old episodes where it was D House and it was French, and then you would come on and just steal the entire show.
And that was intentional. I was doing everything I could to be an attention whore.
I know. It was intentional then.
Sure.
Now you're in charge of the show.
And now I got stuck with it. And now it's all like, oops, I've done what?
It's just a giant game of tag.
Yeah.
You build it up and you're like, tag, you're it.
Okay, Gordon.
But yes, sir.
This is my audition to substitute for French.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure how it's going to happen there, but back over the hills up there, we just be flying them X-wings around.
Well, I appreciate the accent and everything, but French isn't an idiot, sir. So you can do the accent, but you're going to have to up the IQ a little bit. He is, after all, an engineer.
No, but I still so want to hear a Mark, Kyle, French, and Mikhail's podcast.
Yeah, complaining about the host. That would be a fantastic show.
Do you realize how many guests they could get in the first freaking year? Every co-host of every podcast would be on.
Then you know what they could do? They could just air dirty laundry the entire episode. Stuff that's not known. That I'd pay to listen.
All of it.
So you had the original idea of like the 4 horsemen main host show, and now you have the co-host venting show.
We did do the Four Horsemen when
The Squires.
the Squire. Is that what we're calling it? The Squire.
4
Jeez.
Squires
I
of
like
the
it.
Apocalypse, or 8
I
Squires
like
of the
it.
Apocalypse.
What was that? Who was that? It was you, me.
Ricky.
And Farmer.
Oh, and Farmer. Yeah, that was the one I was forgetting. Sorry, Farmer. We should do maybe.
I'm still pushing for a Goldie for the best co-host over 60.
I will make a submission for a Goldie for that category. How about that? Gordon, you're almost there. You're like 59 and a half, aren't you?
Sure, you round 52 up. It's real close. Asshole.
Okay, boys. Let's just do some shout outs to 14. I think we talked about all we wanted to, right? Unless we got any beef. Anyone got any beef out there? I've been too fucking busy to have beef, so
No beef here
not
off the top
really.
of my head.
all right. Gordon, you're the guest. You got first shout outs.
Do you mind if I go last?
Oh, I do not. Rookie. I'm gonna do that a lot. Rook, shout out to you, buddy.
We call them gate boys.
No.
Nope, I'm out.
No. Tomsky, shout outs, buddy.
I'd like to shout out everyone that wanted me on here, I guess.
There was a lot.
Because I didn't realize there was that many people who were like, man, we want to hear you more.
Like there was a half-assed poll put up, like not a legit poll, but like I think Ontopsky should be the next co-host, and then 4 or 5 comments, and then it would go on to something stupid, and then 2 days later, I think Ontopsky should be. Is it started by something different?
Yeah, it's like, did we have this conversation before? And okay. So no, thank you everyone who want to hear my thoughts about X-Wing. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you guys at events as we get into, I think, eventually the season of many events when we have system opens everywhere and hyperspace trials and cups whenever they get announced.
Mid-January is going to be it's going to be a start.
Oh, an Outrider Cup. Outrider Cup. Can't wait to see people there too.
Looking forward to hanging with you, Ryan.
Yeah.
I may just come over to watch that since I can't get a team together.
Isn't it going to be officially the biggest one ever?
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's going to be huge. The most we've had, I think, was 6, and now we're jumping to 9.
Jeez.
I thought it was 10.
No. Ryan said they capped it at 9.
Okay.
At some point, you have to stop and you have to move forward. So this will be interesting. And my fear is how long it's going to go on, because we've never had it that long before. So the challenge will be to make it efficient.
Well, the nice thing, it is still only 4 rounds. It's not 6.
Right. And another thing that will help, and maybe this will be a big deal, is normally we like to have the Epic event, and that is a 3-hour event. So, yeah, maybe because it's only 4 rounds, it still won't be as bad as that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we should do? We should do something like what Connolly did for Mandalore Mayhem. Sponsor team. If your team wins, you get stuff and give it to charity, kind of a thing. What do you think?
If you do that, you must sponsor it from a municipality or a group of players that are local to each other. But that sounds like a wonderful idea. Have them for because we do Outrider twice a year, so the next one will be sometime during the summer.
Oh, you do?
That would be good. Send an OCX sponsored team, fly them in from somewhere. All that filthy Patreon dollars you have.
I only get to go to Indianapolis once, and I'm sorry. I'm going for.
Well, then sell a lot of burgers, sir.
It's not my burger joint. I just get the rent.
So, Gordon, you would know more about this since it's Detroit's first year in, but how do they determine what store gets the next Outrider Cup? So what if it's Chicago, Coach? What if you can get there?
Yeah, you must be
We will be there.
participated in 2 Outriders before you are eligible to host a third. And then in reality, it's got to be a destination people are willing to travel to. Hence why Ryan brought up the fact that, like, we appreciate Florida wants to join Outrider, but in reality, we're never going to host an Outrider in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago. I'm all in for Chicago, baby.
Chicago would be a good place to have it, I would think. Even though it does represent probably the westernmost team for all of the Outrider participants. I mean, come on, it's still Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It brings.
I mean, that year you could have a Wisconsin team. They're close enough.
I mean, you might see Aaron Bonner wearing an OCX t-shirt, but I play against him all the time. Wait, no, this is the tournament. No, Crossroads is the tournament where you have to play with your locals, right?
No, it's Outrider.
No.
It's Outrider. God damn it, I get the so many fucking tournaments. Anyway. Mark. Shout outs, buddy.
Okay, first off, I'm going to I see Pinto on here. Toys for Tots tournament in Minnesota this weekend. Let's support that. Harold says not only should there be a Goldie, but it's also the number 1 co-host that has a fan club. But the shout outs are welcome, Ryan. Sorry to see you go, Chico. We will miss you.
Not gone. He's just like
taking a sabbatical. Taking a sabbatical.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
His input will be missed, but I'll be real honest with you. I've had a pretty good time tonight. Even with the corruption of the worst joining in with us.
Knew that was coming.
But I did it nicely.
Sure you did.
I still think OCX should invade the Stay on Target podcast one night.
This is why we record off air.
They record off air. They're not.
Stay on top ski. Stay on top ski.
Quit stealing my joke. Yeah, this way we can't. We do not disclose the location. This will never happen.
And that's why Kyle and I are looking for work.
Whoa!
So
not like you guys are fucking on the street, poor and hungry. You haven't been here in a month, and Kyle.
We provide you with beer, right?
I wish.
Wait a minute. You've been on one episode now, and you're providing me with beer. You're going to have a discussion when this comes off air.
No, the next event I see you at, I will give you a beer.
Resistance is futile, Mark.
No. Resistance is Poe. Okay.
All I know is I'm louder than on Topsky, so I'll win.
Oh, I'm not doing that fight. I'll lose.
Anyway, that's what I got. And to be honest, Gordon, Stay on Target along with Hornet Squadron are basically the only other podcasts I really listen to, because the Minox are like, I don't know, they do Minox stuff. And will you stop shaking your camera?
I got a little thing. It's a little dirt mark, and it's right on your face. I gotta try to get rid of it.
Right here. Thank you for cleaning me up.
You had a really large mole, and I was concerned, Mark.
It's real. Ow.
Well, thank you for the compliment, Mark. And on behalf of the other podcasts, please try to listen to as many as you can. It's not an easy thing to do, even though it is, but it is a time commitment. It's not easy being creative, I guess, is my point. You feel like you're always setting the bar at a certain level, and you always feel like you're not quite reaching that bar, maybe, and or you always worry about that. Let's put it that way. And you don't want to waste people's time, because we're starting to see a decrease in the podcast, correct? I think.
Well, I mean, you're seeing You're
Ebb
seeing
and flow.
the start.
Maybe a market correction, and there's too many, but nonetheless,
I think that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I
and
think
so
there's too many. And I feel bad too because a lot of them are good. I try to listen to a new one all the time. And again, if you're not on X-Wing Podcast Central on Facebook, I can't fucking find you. So
yeah, it's easy to record a podcast, but it's not easy to make it something
it's not easy to find you.
worth people's valuable time.
Right. But Mark, was that it?
That's it.
All right. My shout outs go to, first of all, Gordon. The best today.
Today. Tomorrow is the worst.
You did a very good job today, buddy.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for sticking out the whole show. I always love having you on, man. You're a brother from another mother. You're always welcome on this show. You know that.
I always love being here. I appreciate it.
I want to thank our newest co-host member for life, Ryan Staniszewski, aka
Everybody applaud. Woo!
Hey!
Where's the horn? Where's the horn?
Show! He
Horn.
made it through the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen.
He didn't quit.
And only took over twice.
His parole's up in a year, so
He's going to have to up his game to rein things in a little, but that's okay. He'll learn.
he will rub with the ebb and flow. Hey, just be glad I'm not shit-faced and deemed you worthy to be a co-host, because that's not the last co-host.
Oh my God, the Gordon rule. You have to enforce that no matter what. You're sticking to that, right, Aaron?
I am. Well, Lore Master. Okay, sidebar. Did you hear? I'm going to use that all the time now. Did you hear the Lore Master quiz from Millennium de la Fusion de Condor or whatever?
With participants?
Farmer and Matthews?
I listened to it, yeah.
Not yet.
So Bruno was trying to ask a question. And I think Farmer was like, are you talking about the Gordon rule or the Golden rule? And it's the Golden rule in X-Wing, but Farmer thought it was the Gordon rule.
Oh,
and for extra fucking points, he could have said, what is the Gordon rule?
and he didn't know?
And Farmer's like, it's like something like you can't have more than 3 beers during a podcast.
Oh, that's close enough.
And Bruno said yes. And I'm like, that's not even fucking close.
3 beers is normal.
This is the 6th beer right now. It's no hard liquor, and if I drink hard liquor on the cast, I have to give Kyle a $50 gift certificate to the store.
And as a reminder to everyone, do people know why we have the Gordon rule specifically?
I can't recite the episode, but I'm pretty sure it's Gordon's first one. If you want to go listen to it, you can.
So we avoid saying certain things, correct?
I don't think you need to listen to it because I've gotten much better, I think, as a human being and as a podcaster. I mean, I have my 1 or 2 episodes every once in a while.
Yeah, I do remember it was my first episode, and all I really remember from that episode was thinking, you can't say that. And that was about it.
And if you want highlights, just go see Patrick's video montage of Coach.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, I forgot he did that. That was a long time. He did that for the 1 year, didn't he?
I think so.
It was just all of my hands and faces.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Coach fade.
It was the Coach fade. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's see. Other shout outs go to Mark. Mark,
Hey,
you're here.
I'm here.
You're here. I want to give a shout out to Mark as a human being. I want to give a shout out to his wife. I want to give a shout out to just the whole Tippett family in general. We love you guys. I keep you in my prayers every day. Hope everything's going well-ish.
Appreciating.
So, yeah, I don't need to sign. I'm already an Uncle Mark fan club member anyway, but if you want to be an Uncle Mark fan club member, look him up on Facebook. We need 5 more, otherwise we don't get free shit. Go sign up. Other
Not that
show-
I'm saying where it's at or anything, but you know.
Big shout out goes to Montana again. Thank you for editing and being the best. What's the P word? Producer. There you go. I was gonna say publisher, but I'm like, no, that's not right.
Hey, William Hagwood just asked to join the Uncle Mark fan club.
Last big one. It's gonna take really short. I just want to shout out Chico. Chico, you were the yin to my yang, buddy. You got me. You understood me right off the bat. You were one of the best co-hosts I've ever had. One of the best friends I've ever had. You still are my best friend. I can't wait to see you again in person. You will always be an OCX co-host. Don't ever think you're gonna get out of that. Love you, brother. Hope everything works out. Hope you can come back to the show one day. The chair's always open. We all love you. Can't wait to see you come back on Wednesday nights, 8:30 Central.
Chico's the man.
Chico is the man. Gordon,
Sir.
shout out, buddy.
All right, I got two. One, I see Patrick there with us. Hey, Patrick. I just want to say that description that he wrote. Patrick, for those who don't know, Patrick is our official show announcer on the Podcast Central Facebook group. Every time a podcast has a new show, everyone always says, hey, we got a new show. Well, Patrick is our official announcer for Stay on Target. And he is allowed to say whatever it is he wants to say off the top of that crazy head of his. And I thought his latest description was pretty good.
His descriptions every week are fucking amazing.
So I'm grateful to him for that. And shout out to Patrick. My other shout out goes to official OCX member, but primarily Stay on Target member and groupie, Tommy Adams.
Tommy!
Hey, Tommy.
Tommy attended PAX and was able to go 4-2 in the main event. And then the next day on the qualifiers, he went 4-1. He flew a list that he'd never flown before. He doesn't spend as much time in Imperials as he does on other stuff, but he grabbed Vermeil. He's never flown a Reaper, and he's never flown a medium base ship. He never even got them on the table. He just puzzled this together, decided no one was flying stuff like this, threw it on the table, and look how well he did. So I owe him an apology because he did a fantastic job. He's my boy, and I didn't even announce how he did when I recorded a show that if there's ever going to be a show to talk about how he did, it should have been on the show we just recorded. But I got all caught up in having an excuse for Ryan Fleming being on a show so we could bitch about the Steelers instead of focusing on what's important, which is how well my boy did. Good job, Tommy. I'm proud of you.
Congratulations, Tommy.
You know, is it not funny? Like, what is it? There's a constant fight over Tommy Adams. I mean, how is this happening?
He's mine. Back off.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh.
And
He's
And
only
then
yours
I'm-
until after Outrider.
and then I'm up at the Gold Squadron Classic and turn around and there's Tommy Adams. And
Did I not just hear that Tommy is getting more reps on what's that backwater podcast?
Birmingham Barons.
Birmingham Barons. There you go. They're giving him all the love too. So Tommy, everybody wants you, buddy.
we're taking him.
We got him. Hey, here's the true test. How many on-air hours do you have of Tommy Adams on your Because you got a lot of hours to beat OCX, baby. He's been
Let's
on.
compare wins in X-Wing.
No. It's not wins. It's talk time.
No.
Money
I'd rather have his wins on the table. You can have him for all the hours you want. I'll take his winning record. Thank you very much.
I think year by year we'll just have to have. It'll be like Groundhog Day. We'll have Tommy come out,
and see his shadow.
His shadow will go over a certain podcast, and that year is.
There you go.
Tommy.
You can buy his love right now. Look, he wants an OCX
t-shirt.
Yep.
OCX shirt.
You better send it to him.
I got one.
You better send it to him.
With the
I guess we got to get him an Uncle Mark fan club shirt.
I
too.
think he deserves some templates too. I mean, I got some.
I'm pretty sure Tommy got some.
So do we, Coach? You asked a while ago for a good nickname for Tommy Adams. Do we base it around him being on all the podcasts? Tommy the Teaser Adams.
Oh yes.
Okay, an important announcement.
His services go to the highest buyer.
Guys, an important announcement. Harold just said, I'll do a giveaway at 90 members, and it'll be something cool. That's to the Uncle Mark fan club.
Nope. Tommy the Teaser Adams.
He's way out. He's like knowing out of all of this right now.
You don't get to pick your nickname, Tommy. I'm sorry.
Not how it works.
Oh, all right. That's it. Yep. That's how it's going to be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Ryan on Topski's first official co-host, Yub Nub!
Ooh la loo! Yub
Nub.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's right on Topsy's first time.
You're bringing cookies to Outrider. You're bringing cookies to Outrider. Bringing cookies to Outrider.
Man, my wife's been like experimenting with different recipes recently because she wants to make special Christmas cookies.
I will be a test subject.
I have to pee.
So Gordon, so far she's made what's called a Twix cookie. You take a God, he's already in love with it. You take just standard cookie dough and you like thumbprint down like an impression into it, fill that area with caramel, and then drizzle chocolate over it.
Okay, I have a show idea for you, co-host.
Oh
because
no!
when Gordon is the host of the OCX podcast, we do cookies. We don't do alcohol. Imagine if these cookies are sent to said OCX co-hosts and we just try them on air and see how the show goes.
Possible. My wife.
Is that fishing for cookies or what? Jeez.
I think it's a wonderful entertainment idea.
Pinto's all in. He says bye.
There. Yep. See, there you go. Imagine how many people we'll have on the show that day.
Is he into the Backstreet Boys?
Who?
Okay. Did I lose everybody on that one? Bye. Come on, jeez.
Oh,
I'm proud of my ignorance.
You pups. You
got
pups.
So, and the other cookie she's trying is she's making she's taking like her standard cookie dough, and apparently this is like a fruit type cookie where you mix in like you take a food processor, put an orange in it, and then like all the juice or whatever comes out of that, mix into the cookie dough with some like dried cranberries.
I've had cranberry cookies before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she loves.
Harold says that Gordon would have to turn on his camera so that they could see him testing the
Oh, you know what? That's probably a fair point. For that episode, I probably would need to get a
we need to tell Coach Chico, if I got the right Chris Brown in chat, said we'll come back for cookies. So when you do your next cookie episode, he'll be back.
How do you know that's not an impersonator just to get on the show?
So the Christopher Brown has a green emblem, see, and I'm pretty sure Chico's is the blue. Pinto wants the Christmas cookie podcast.
Okay, so the next time, basically, is the next time Coach is not going to be there for a show.
Yeah, but we can't plan that by like me sending you people cookies.
You're gonna have to freeze them. Then Coach can't make a show, and then boom, we've got a show, and you just got to get them out in the mail that week.
They stay surprisingly soft for a lot longer than I would have seen any other cookie. I don't know what magic she does, but it works.
Cookies and milk. That's
I've
entertainment.
I've been corrected. It wasn't the Backstreet Boys. It was NSYNC.
Ah,
I'm sorry. I'm not a boy band person. I'm a metalhead.
The boy band correction came from the most bearded William Haywood.
That just that mental image now has got me going. William knows the boy bands.
is Haywood in the chat? What's his?
Yeah, he's
What
Killer
name is he?
Beardhawk. Killer Beardhawk. Will.
Oh, I didn't know that. I will. And there goes.
I will.
Well, welcome to the Uncle Mark fan club. We're now up to 46.
Uncle Mark has the mental image of William Haywood in a boy band. Oh, that you know what that's. Oh no. So I think each podcast should do like a cover photo shoot thing. Like boy band style cover. So you like you'd have OCX on the cover.
We
already have ours done.
Wham. We're not doing Wham.
Have you not seen the Rompers photo?
Oh, that's right. You had the Rompers photo.
And we're not doing Rompers.
Go shortlist, just like what was on the podcast stream.
You realize that would
Calendar, the Men of X-Wing. Everyone's got a beer gut.
we could do a Queen one where we're all silhouetted in black. Like, oh, we could do the Queen cover, Bohemian Rhapsody. No,
That's the one.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Or that's the song video. Queen 2 is the one that actually
Mark Bentham's out, so his Renegade podcast will not be participating in the cover album shoot.
fuck off, Mark. Come on, do it.
I think this would be the next big thing, as big as like the songs, the Disney songs.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, we have to do it.
God, you know when that was the thing, when some of the podcasts were rewriting, because obviously, you know, even Chico did his own version to whatever song that was, but the thing for a while was you had to pick a Disney song and then make it X-Wing relevant. I had written like 3/4 to Moana. What was it? You're Welcome.
Oh.
And I was and then I think at some point they didn't wait anymore. And then I think Ryan did a terrible one of it. And I was like, man, I'm not going to then I'll look like the copycat. All right. Never mind.
He did a You're Welcome to Dion because they never mentioned him streaming for Minoc Open for like the longest time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had all the lyrics. I was really, really proud of it. I'm like, it was dead. Oh, well.
Personally, I think I'm the only one that has my own Disney song to me.
No, there's one to Dion, the You're Welcome.
Yeah, that's right. Shit. Fucking Dion, always stealing that shit.
But I think yours was first.
Mine was first, yes. Chico. If you're gonna replace Chico, you gotta be a really good songwriter, because that man Disney lyrics like you can't believe.
I might have
to keep him on the payroll for that. But I think the album cover is a great new. I think that needs to be done.
Yep.
So who's good at Photoshop? And
okay.
Farmer.
So who's gonna be at Gen Con? I think all of us are gonna be at Gen Con.
I will be at Gen Con.
I think
I'm thinking a Sgt. Pepper's Road album cover, OCX radio. I'm pretty sure there's a costume company in Indianapolis that has that costume. That would be fantastic. Oh, we could put so many hidden messages in there.
That's a lot of people to put on an album cover.
That's a lot of people.
Oh man, we could do it.
Or the Abbey Road.
Oh, done. Dibs. Fucking dibs. Calling it.
So if we do the Sgt. Pepper's, it could be like all of us on the cast and then all the groupies behind us. We have the capability.
Oh, we could Photoshop that in. Okay. Yep. I'd like the Abbey Road idea. I really do. I think we should still do that. I mean, who's to say we can't have two?
Yeah.
We could have a best hits album.
There you go.
And then stay on target.
All right. You guys want to hear some of the Moana?
Yeah, I do. I really, really do.
Okay. To no music, right? This is acapella. So this is going to be really, really bad, right?
No,
No, it's going to be the worst.
It's gonna,
it's gonna be the worst.
I'll give you the first part.
All right.
Okay, I see what's happening here. You're face to face with hope and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that FFG can change. Open your eyes, let's begin. Better believe it. X-Wing, second edition. It won't cost as much as you think, but some in the forum still make a stink. What can we say except you're welcome for the app, the arcs, the dice. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Stay on target, it's just that nice. Hey, who has 6 thumbs and wants to fly? A swarm of TIE fighters called TIE. These guys. When the meta got old, you wanted out, but we said hold. Our cheerleading was always bold. Second edition, second to none. You're welcome. Once again, X-Wing will be fun. We also got rid of TLTs. You're welcome. Put away those auto thrusters, please. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Time stamp.
Montana.
Put it at the end. Blooper. Now.
put
do
it at
it.
the end. That's going at the end. Yeah.
That was
So there's more. I couldn't quite, because there's a different part of the song, and I was like, God, I'm not making this work that's matching what I'd already done. And then you got to do it to like karaoke music and stuff like that, and you got to record it several times. And then Farmer did what he did. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
So that was the end of that.
Oh, Gordon, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thanks.
I got a note for show notes.
Bentham wants me to sing him a lullaby. I might think of a Bob lullaby then. Put him to
Is
sleep.
anyone
with,
else
put-
super
put-
fucking happy it's Christmas time? Am I
Yeah.
the only one?
I only have like I don't know how many more days, and then I have a Christmas break.
Oh, I love
Like-
Christmas time. Oh, by the way, Gordon, you
Hmm.
might have missed what shirt I'm wearing tonight.
Oh, is that what Don sent you? The
Yep.
Bluegrass Squadron? I
Yep,
always
Bluegrass-
hated that symbol. I'm like, what is that? Gay
It's-
rebel imperial lovers? And I didn't realize that was based, I think, on the Kentucky state flag. I'm like, oh, is that what we do? Okay.
It's when I got it in the mail, it's a little weird. I was like,
I hardly wear it because I hate it. And then I didn't realize, oh, that's our flag. Okay, well, I got to wear it.
hey, it's holy shit, this is a really comfortable shirt though.
Yeah, I know.
This is nice stuff. But
Yeah, Don Williams made that for our
Yep.
local players, everybody.
shout out to Don. He's the man.
He's super
Um,
looking forward to
He always
first,
comes up
order
and
coming
says
out.
hi. Always comes up and says hi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hard not to like Don. Very personable.
Well, hopefully we will be in the new and improved OCX studios next week for the show. You will be able to see all of this way better.
Ooh.
Why is the burger barge taking over that joint?
No, I got a whole wall just sectioned off for just squadron shirts. So anybody listening, if I don't have your squadron shirt,
Where's my shirt?
where's your shirt?
You know, stay on target.
Oh, I told you I was late.
It's up in my closet.
There's
right
a-
now.
For
Don't
those
worry,
who
I'll
don't
find
know,
one on eBay.
oh, I know. I guess. There's a store on our Facebook page. It all goes to charity.
No, is it total? Is it open all the time?
It is there up all the. You know how. I don't know how it works. They're always running a 2-week quote unquote campaign, but just basically what it means is like you can't order it right away. You just got to wait for 2 weeks for the campaign to end, and then they'll just send you the
that's
shirt.
Super fucking. So, like, when they get enough orders to run an order, they run them.
Well, you think that's it. Instead, they treat it as every 2-week period we're doing a drive. It's mentally most for the fundraising size of things, and then you put a beginning and an end to it.
Okay. So I can
There
still
is
get
no
my
order.
sweatshirt.
Yeah, there is no order on demand. It's just simply
Okay. Well,
if you order at the start of the 2-week period, well, you're waiting a while.
whatever. I'll order the shirt for the wall, and I'm gonna get my sweatshirt because I need a hoodie. I need
There
to
you
stay
go.
on target hoodie.
There you go.
Bad. So a little update for all those still listening and watching. The 0K shirts are going to be finalized, I think, Monday. So the web store should be going up Tuesday for the Saw Gerrera Memorial 0K stop thing that Chico came up with. We're still going to keep that going, even though he's not on the show anymore. But he's fully in charge of that, and we're going to keep doing that. Try to run under 1K as much as possible. We don't want you to run over 1K. It's a 0K tournament. Also, new OCX shirts are in the works.
Can I just say I love my OCX shirt because it's that great running material and it's just super comfy, and I wear that thing all the time.
It's awesome.
Good. Yeah, the thing is that I really want to do the blue shirt, right? I want to do the light blue, the electric blue that we have. But the problem is I have to change the logo to do it. Because it's got gray and it's got black and it's got white, or it's between the gray and the black shirts. I could keep the colors kind of the same, but the blue just throws everything away. So I have to do my own run of blue. So I'm still debating on whether I'm going to do that yet, but I think the 0K shirts are in blue. So maybe, but anyway, new shirts are going to be on their way for all those who want to be a part of the OCX, the greatest X-Wing community in the world. I think we're going to go ahead and end the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I cannot say how awesome I mean, personally and mentally, I needed tonight. I needed this so bad. So bad.
Gotta have that breakaway from
I was ready to
it sounded
just
like you had.
fucking snap. But tonight was fantastic. Glad Gordon was on. I'm glad Mark was on. Kopsky. I think this was a pretty good first episode, buddy.
You got a good one there, sir.
I mean, they only go downhill from here.
The bar was too high. I did it wrong.
You didn't sign anything, did you, Ryan?
In blood.
No, they signed my helmet.
Yep.
Which, by the way,
Gordon signed it.
Yes, he did.
Damn right I did.
I will be probably bringing this to Outrider again as well, because I'm pretty sure there are people who are going to Outrider that did not get to go to Gen Con.
Oh, yeah, that'll be
good.
That's cool.
There's still room, and the gold marker does show up well enough in the red areas.
And for a heads up, just letting you guys know, I've been in contact with Travis Johnson as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
And he said yes.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to pick a date.
Okay.
So that could be fun.
In the interest of good quality radio, be sure to time when you guys are going to try to talk over each other, because it's going to happen a lot.
Well, I guess the question is, do we time it with like a certain release of something, like the points in January, or is that too late?
You know what? That might be a good spot. That might be a good spot to have him on. He's an analytics guy.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, the data those guys come up with.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that. There goes the world. Yes, faux Christopher Brown. That will probably be the indication. That'll be the 4 trumpets or whatever it is to indicate the end of the world. I'm excited. Travis is a hell of a good time when you meet him in person. He got me Wendy's cheeseburgers. And I didn't even have to. He's like, "You want me to get you something?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need 2 double cheeseburgers." Now, granted, it took him an hour to get them, and they were cold when I got it there. But hey, he got me cheeseburgers, so he's number 1 in my book, and we're gonna have him on the show. We haven't had a crate on the show in a while, so.
Were you drinking and/or drunk when you received the Wendy's?
Oh, super drunk.
So it didn't matter if they were cold. You ate it anyway.
This was lobster day. This is when I got fucking toasted. I think Derek Tokaz sat in the truck on the bed in the shade, and I sat in the sun, and he decided to talk my ear off for about 4.5 hours.
Dang.
Oh, Derek. Got to have that guy on the show, too. Anyway, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good Thursday, and hope you have a better Friday. Just a hint, there's something special that happens on Friday. And it's not Pearl Harbor Day.
Wait, I think I know this. I'm pretty sure I know this.
And we will stop broadcast before he tells you. So
Cliffhanger.